Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThatUmbrellaGuy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a
Welcome to the hat rack. Russian army of one. Population army of one. Thumping the mic like a nuclear missile. Forged from bars of platinum grill dismissal. Blasting PR that's so out of hand that all the fudge rounds in the world won't keep you off the witness stand. And do I know? No. Or do I know? No. Well, I'm aware you never made it on my live show. No. And you're so hot and twisted. You mainlined a career path of lawyer once, but now delisted. Always saying the unspoken parts out loud. Grinning through questions, really are you that proud? We got him, he took the bait. Content Krampus in the meat sweats, delivering the mic hate. And here's a statement of fact. On the mic, there's one thing that you really lack. Yeah, we're talking mic skills. Unless it's gripped in rock shaped like socks to all the misguided shills. Those aren't socks. Imagine making a website admitting that despite your denials, there's no acquitted. You put your name up in lights, an ecosystem comprised of a group of random parasites. And me, I've got this feeling that ringworm would be far more appealing than tuning into that for a few hours and all the stupid that noise empowers. Granted, there's one thing that's entertaining, and that's amidst all that craning. You really think that you're shrewd while going from PR and lawyer to all of you getting silted. Oh, and one of you has turned, and guess what? It's a name that you haven't yet learned. Someone deep in your conspiracy who's leaking info. Patience, you just wait and see. Maybe I should wear a mask, because admittedly I'm enjoying this task. So much it seems like a crime watching morons talk themselves into possibly doing time. You've been celebrating like it's Christmas, like you've won some kind of award. But the only award I'm seeing is being added to a conspiracy that includes allegations of a hitman. A hitman? Seriously? And going after witnesses in a trial, promising retaliation from the dark web. Your word, dark web, some people never learn.
Oh man. Today is looking interesting. Megalodonis, what you doing, Megalodonis?
Well, it's Christmas time. I'm in my little Christmas sweater, sitting by my cozy fire, got my little glass of special whiskey, and I'm just ready. I'm ready to hear what kind of crazy shit went down today, because you know damn well that's some
You
crazy
look so comfortable
shit.
in that avatar, by the way.
I am.
Really
I got my heating pad on. I'm like all old and stuff. It's great. When you get old, you know what's great about getting old? You just don't care anymore.
Yeah, you just stop caring.
You stop caring. I finally took a shower. For everyone out there who was concerned, I did take a shower. I washed my hair. I didn't do it though. So it's frizzy, it's unkempt, and I'm probably going to put it under a ball cap for a couple of days. But it is clean.
I'm sitting in a chair with a freaking heating pad and boxer shorts, like not giving any fucks. Yeah, just like who cares?
That's what's great about age. I don't wear high heels, and I put heating pads on whenever I want one.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Exactly.
God, I wish I could wear high heels because I still have nice looking legs. But the truth is that high heels make me hurt so bad that I can't even look at them. So
See,
my
that's
high
the way
heel
I
days
think.
are
I
over.
wear high heels, but no.
Rolla House Robert says, I'm watching in my undies.
Oh, by the way, I do want to show something before we get into the Jeremy Hales thing. Something happened locally today, and
We gotta see this shit.
I really want to celebrate this, okay? Because I hate this fucking dude. Okay, when I've had
No, and he hated him before this happened. This
oh
is
yeah. So
Hug
I've
Hayes
needed
hated this guy for a while.
I've needed the assistance of a DA here. You know, with you don't control certain aspects. Like if a crime happens, you don't control anything that happens. You need a prosecutor that'll go in and do something, right? So I've needed prosecutor. Well, our prosecutor here,
This prosecutor does things. He does things.
oh yeah, he does things all right. Like gets himself arrested, which this is going to be fun to look at. But while he's supposed to be out there fielding calls, he won't call you back. His victim advocates, you know, they assign, they don't call you back. They don't do anything. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. And I always wondered why. Well, it's apparently because Howdy Doody here.
He's smiling. He is not.
This is his mugshot.
Oh
Yeah,
my
look
God.
at it.
Oh, Bruce, I highly recommend that in your mugshot, should you ever get picked up for something,
Do it
make
like
sure you
this.
smile.
Look how
This is
short
fun.
he is, too.
5'6", yep. Nothing.
It was like, can you
Nothing
pick it
against
from
the
an
short
above
kings
angle?
out there, you short kings. But if you're, good Lord, this guy, look at him.
He just now what he got in trouble for is there was a situation where there was a give me a second. Okay, there was a situation with some let's just say dangerous people, right? But they were in another county. Now we had warnings here in this county that there were fugitives out, but our DA apparently went to this other county, and at first said he was on a quote unquote ride along, you know, with the police. Well, he was riding along by himself. In fact, the police had no idea who this guy is.
He was riding along.
No. So check this out. This
how do you go on a wait a minute? How do you go on a ride along
exactly
when the cops don't know you're there?
The DA in this county is so pissed off about this. Oh, I love it. So they weren't going to they weren't going to be able to do anything until this footage comes up. I'm going to mute this. I just want you to see this. Okay, so you have a foot. Okay, here goes a few. What? There he is. Here he is. This is the DA. Look, here he's chasing them on foot. He's like, all right. Now, when they turn around, look, he's got a firearm. You can see he's pulled out of a weapon and he starts firing in a residential area. Then it gets even better. So now watch. Watch. Here he goes. He's still shooting. He's going to start shooting again down the road. Look at him. He's getting ready. He's
no. This is my moment. I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna be a hero. Who's he shooting at?
He's shooting these freaking people, but these people are no danger.
That guy in the black car. I thought he was shooting at the guys in the white truck. Why all of a sudden is the
what happens is he misses and the bullet goes through a wall where a family with small children were inside of it. Yeah. So our DA almost ends the lives of some little kids too. Oh, that's
not cool. Rhea Norman, stop. I'm the DA. Yes, he's wearing a vest. He is pretending to be a cop.
He thinks he's a cop. I mean, God.
Tell them about the badge he wears.
Oh yeah, he's got a little, you know the old Wild West badges, the old
the tin
round
stars.
tin. Yeah. So he clips one. He will open carry in our town here. Like you'll see him at restaurants. He'll have a tin badge on his belt and he'll have his gun open carried right beside it. And look, this guy, so we used to make jokes about him all the time, thinking he's fucking Wyatt Earp, but apparently he does. I mean, watch this real time. This is amazing. Watch it again. Here we go.
Okay,
look at him.
I'm
gonna get you.
There he goes.
Get you. What
bang,
a clown.
Bang, bang. Like, is that black car even involved? Like, is that black car even involved?
Yeah, the car. But see, there was a mix-up. He almost there's apparently was a guy. Like if you look too, there's one other thing in here. If you look at the other people, like just look for people in the area.
Okay.
So you see this, you see these people that are outside.
Yes.
Look, there was a guy outside, and apparently
there's
okay,
like a
you
mini
see these other folks.
kids
Look, he almost
right
he
there.
almost runs down a person, and then there's another person running. He almost shoots this other person that was running. And apparently when they get around the road here, there was a jogger that he almost shot too.
Well, he is good at running. Maybe they should get him a job where he can sprint. He's like Forrest Gump. Look at him go.
Well, I mean, maybe maybe Yell up here has something. Oh, I've been pre-sequencing.
Go back to his mugshot. There's something weird about that picture I want to look at again. Did they put him in a jumpsuit over his suit?
Yeah, over his suit.
Why?
Yeah, look, he's still got his Tennessee tie on. And everything.
Why is he wearing his? And it's it's pinstripes. Look at it's pinstripes. Why did they put the jumpsuit over the suit?
I'm gonna hit them up with a press inquiry because I want to know a few things.
I want to know a few things. No shit.
But, yeah, I do. I also Channel 5's been covering it. And Channel 5, baby, I got some stories for you. You want to know about Chris Stanford? Oh, baby, I'll tell you some good ones. I'll break my no media rule for this one.
How much would Jeff have loved this footage? God, I can just hear him now making jokes about the DA running after the car.
I mean, this guy's a clown, dude.
They should take his license.
When we were live this morning, my mom of all people was like, "Have you seen the local news?" And I was like, "No, why?" She was like, "Just check this out. Check this out." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Does she hate him too?
Oh yeah. This guy.
Pretty much everybody hate him. He has a hateable face. I could see that. He's kind of got a punchable face.
Well, he's run on a law and order platform, but he's just one of those fucking clowns out there. Oh, I hate him. Oh, but anyway, I needed to get that out of my system.
Well, at least he's good at running. He may need that in jail. That might come in handy.
Man. Well, yeah, if you're a DA, whoa. Not only that, but he's married to this hardcore divorce attorney. Like, she is hardcore, and he's her second marriage. I'm like, dude, you are done, man. You are done. She's going to take everything, son, because you're clown. They're talking about disbarring him, and removing him. So
this is the year for, I think 2025 is going to be the year for disbarments. I'm calling it now. My New Year's resolution in 2025 is going to be to report on several disbarments.
Oh, dude, I'm covering this story. I know. Even if you folks are like, I don't really give a crap what happens in small towns. I do. This is my neck of the woods. And this guy, I personally don't like. Like I said, I needed them to do stuff. And I told them, these fucking people, man, I told them over and over again, if they continue to act like ass clowns, that I would expose them. And they thought it was a joke, but they ended up exposing themselves. So I'm just going to show the whole world what kind of fucking clowns ran for office out here and not let them sweep this under the rug. And I'll be very vocal about it too. That way, when they try to retaliate, because they will, that people know why. I was actually warned not to talk about them because they will retaliate. Can you imagine your DA? Like I said, I was again, I hate using these words, but it's law. Law sees you as a victim of a crime, right? As a victim of a crime, I could not get a hold of the DA. I could not get a hold of the victim advocates.
Terrible.
I called probably 14 or 15 times.
This is like Patty's. That's like Patty's experience in Levy County. Same thing.
I felt the same way, except it was very frustrating. Let's just say, very frustrating experience. And I told them that
this is a good comeuppance for that.
Yeah, I was
this
like,
is
I will
great.
expose you to the world.
Having his idiotic dash cam footage all over the place with him.
I'm gonna run that into my
streaking
intro.
Down the street.
That's gonna be my intro. I'm going to work it in somehow.
You should.
I am. I'm going to work in part of my intro.
Were the newscasters in that clip? Did anybody do like a formal press conference? Was anybody?
Oh, they're just now picking
like,
up this
talking
story.
about it?
It's gotten big in the last couple of days. It's just now been picked up by Nashville News, because what had happened was there was a spin to it. Again, he was doing a ride along, this, that, it made it sound like my question right when I heard about it was like, why is he discharging a firearm in another county? Because he's in another county. There's no jurisdiction there.
Not even his own county. Not even. It's so embarrassing. What's his name again? He should be embarrassed.
Chris Stanford.
Chris Stanford should be embarrassed. What an embarrassment you are to law enforcement and an officer of the court. Good Lord, man. Do better.
Do worse, Chris.
Don't shoot at innocent people, Chris.
I mean, seriously, what a clown. But they didn't have any footage that they knew of. And then this footage just ends up popping up. and it blew their narratives out of the water. So that popped up like a couple of days ago, but I didn't realize the footage had been made available. And apparently my mom hit me up this morning. She was like, "Oh my God, have you seen this?"
We need to get the other footage that's going to come from the cops that arrive on scene. Get that. Send so in Tennessee, you cannot get that kind of footage unless you're a Tennessean. So you need to do this. You need to file for FOIA to get the body cam footage and the dash cam footage from the cops who arrive on scene. Because can you imagine what they are saying about the DA when they get him? They must be cursing him the F out, and it'll be so funny.
I'm proud of him, though.
Footage.
Bravo, Chris.
Bravo, Chris. So cute.
I wanted to talk about I wanted to talk about the ineptitude there, but there were two things. It was, first of all, am I feeling spiteful and vindictive? Yes, but there's a problem, and I wanted people to understand there was a problem. And he made that clear for me, thankfully. And number two, like I said, for real, I was told by multiple people. In small town, here's the wonderful thing in small towns. I know pretty much all of the officials here. You know them. You either know them in passing or know them. Do you know? Do you know?
If you know,
exactly.
You know.
Well, some of those that I know and I know were like, these people are vindictive. They will retaliate against you if you ever bring them up. And I was like, okay. So I was wondering how to do that. Well, now that there's a national story about it, I don't have to worry about it. I'm just covering the news.
I love Tug's laid back form of Southern justice. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been waiting for this for let's see. I think I told them that if they were gonna treat me like a fucking clown, if they were gonna act like ass clowns about this. I told them that around December last year. So I've been waiting because I am that kind of person. I do want people to understand that. Haters and stuff. I do want you to understand. I am that person.
Tug will wait. You will wait for his vengeance.
I will wait forever.
You will never see it coming. You may have done something to him 5 years ago. And then one day.
Man, today had that other thing too.
And then Tug's waiting there like
lurking in the water
on the worst day of your life.
Save you, son.
He's 5 feet offshore.
That's why they call it Tug. I tug your ass under that water. Oh, God.
Damn, I love this.
Oh, by the way, folks, thank you for the 15 super chats while I was ranting about my backwoods justice.
About his personal vendetta.
Ding, 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 ding. I'm like, where are you going, city boy? I live out in the unincorporated part of the sticks, by the way. To me, they are the city boys. Oh, not the damn stick. I'm like, you ain't got no justice here.
Flux just sent me a text that said, like, isn't day one of DA school? Don't pull a gun and start firing on people.
You would hope so.
I feel like that's day one. But maybe not.
Well, like I said, I appreciate people listening to me rant about my My personal issue, it's this thing about small town. I want you to understand something. When we talk about Otter Creek, and I say Otter Creek is worse than any small town I ever see, I'm saying it's worse than this. I'm saying my DA runs around shooting at people and gets himself arrested.
And Levy County is still worse.
It's still worse. It's still worse. Oh my God, man.
True. I've never seen anything like Levy County in my whole damn life, ever. Never.
I had an issue where I had a no contact, okay, and the DA's office was so fucking dumb down here that there was some stuff that went on. It involved money in a bank, okay, and they were like, well, they didn't actually touch your property or come to it. I was like, son of a bitch, if they threw a Molotov cocktail in my window, they wouldn't touch my property. It would still burn my house. What are you fucking talking about? And they're like, well, I don't know about that. I'm like, oh my God, you fucking stick weirdo. I mean, it's bad when you live in the deep woods and you're like, those people, they're hicks. But I'm telling you, Levy County, to me, that is our DA, and Levy County is worse than that. If that tells you anything.
Oh God, it's true. It is.
It is. It is.
Now, I can't wait for the federal
today.
judge. I can't wait for the federal judge in this case to start getting wind of how things work in Levy County.
Oh my God.
I can't wait.
I'm going to do something today I do not normally do. I actually don't like doing it this way, but at the same time, Jeremy had some major stuff going today. Major
and
stuff.
because we're going to cover it same day, you guys need to, I will drop the link in the chat, and you guys need to go and click on it in another browser and let it play with the just mute it for a while. But
yeah, just
definitely give him the clicks and watch it later all the way through.
Okay. Watch it anyway, because we'll interrupt and talk about stuff. Watch it through, but give him love, because when you're out there, period, leave him a comment, tell him he's supportive. I mean, it sounds like a good day. No, it sounds like a really good day.
You know what else? You know what else I would love to see happen, chat? And I would always encourage you to write positive emails and things. Like I say, never contact anybody. But in this case, we have been really enjoying Jeremy's Whatnot auctions. I have anyway. And if you have watched one of those and you have enjoyed it on Whatnot, send them a note. Send Whatnot a note. Tell them how much you enjoyed What the Hales and their auctions.
Sure. Yeah.
Because you know what? His contract with them is under attack now by these hate channels. They are actively trying to get Whatnot to drop him. For what? I have no idea. Because if you watch these auctions, they are so much fun. They are so much fun. They're selling great things that people want. So I don't know where the hell they come up with this idea that has to be stopped, but I don't like it. Anyway, I dropped the link for Jeremy's new video under WTH in the chat, so you guys can have the link and go click on it.
I got a Raider reel. What's that?
No problem.
You know how I got this McDonald's card?
Oh yeah, you got a McDonald's card yesterday. How did you win that?
Well, we saw it where it went white.
Uh-huh.
When it said white, so we went white, but when it went left, it went left.
That was good, man.
Yeah, and the thing.
She had a.
And the boxes had different ones. And one was a new kid and new though.
Well, you got what you really like there. She likes me. I hate McDonald's. I will not take them to McDonald's. I'm like, it's no, they're healthier, but you love it. Yeah, you love McDonald's, and she's always like, "Tag me." So they had a Christmas thing yesterday.
Wait, left, and I got the most luckiest. She got a McDonald's card too.
Yeah, you got the most luckiest, huh? That's awesome. Give me 5.
Some toys are in the kitchen. I can see some of my toys because I don't want some. Okay. I only like the fidget spinner.
Yeah, you got a fidget spinner
I like
too.
Fidget spinners.
Yeah, got a fidget spinner, but she got a McDonald's card because at church they had a church game, the games and stuff where they could win something, and she won a McDonald's gift card.
It's only one left and right, and I got the most luckiest one. It said not to open it, and then some wrapper paper went out. I didn't peek though.
You didn't peek? Well, that's good.
Yeah, when I said open it, I got a McDonald's card.
Did you peek? I probably would have peeked. Did you peek? No, you didn't. Well, that's pretty good then, because I probably would have picked. Give me 5. I gotta take it upstairs where he doesn't get lost. Though you're gonna end up losing it down here. Okay, take it upstairs, put it up there. Okay.
Yeah, hey. You get McDonald's in the morning someday.
Actually, ask tomorrow. Take it with you tomorrow. Yeah, put it with your stuff for tomorrow. That's a great idea. All right, she's excited about that card. She's like, I want a McDonald's card. You wouldn't take me. Now I have my own money, and it's only for McDonald's. She cracks me up with that. By the way, I do want to note something too. I have one thing coming tomorrow. Let me pull this up for you real quick. I'm going to show this here. So tomorrow I haven't done a video in a long time, like a short form video. When I say short form, I mean under 10 minutes, at 9 minutes and 40 seconds. I got one called Getting Wrecked Over Jeremy Hales Failing in Court. Canceling Jeremy Hales Fails. I actually thought about changing the title to Canceling Jeremy Hales Fails. I kind of like that. But yes, the old What the Hales hater accidentally cancels himself in court. Ooh, sounds tempting, but I'm thinking about doing more short form videos. This one's going to go up tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but I wanted to iron out a couple of things in this. So it's set up for tomorrow. You can see it's scheduled already.
And you guys are going to be so impressed with Tug's new editing skills. Let me just tell you.
It looks better. Well,
it looks so good.
I'm not going to show it off yet.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah,
you've upped your editing skills. I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, I've maxed them out as far as I can without help. But I'm not
It's getting pretty serious.
Get a little better. I mean, there are the people that are out there that are skilled. I learned this too. I learned this from Coco Melon. They're the people out there that do flash cuts and everything. There's people that cut away every 2 to 5 seconds and put up different images and movement. They do that. There was a study done with Coco Melon. It was done on toddlers, and it showed that you can retain the attention of toddlers, the hardest market out there, if you do flash cuts and you do cutaways and all of that every 2 to 5 seconds. They will ignore everything. And they will become addicted to that. It will trigger the same centers in your mind that drugs will. Yeah.
That's scary.
So, yeah. They're having, there are people out there that do that to you when you're watching content. Me, I want you to pay attention to the words. So I'm not going to do it to that level, but I try to make it better.
No, but it's cool. I liked what you did to it. I think it makes it visually interesting. So I like it. I liked it.
It's got a long way from document reading. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like it's not the same as the other short form videos you used to do.
The old ones
just you talking. But what I would do is I would always put it on headphones while I was doing dishes or whatever. I would never look at the screen anyway. I would just listen. Which is how I watch most of YouTube. I don't, unless something funny is happening and people are laughing, I'll look. But other than that, I don't. I just listen. But I think it's really interesting that you've made it more visually interesting. I like it.
Well, there's about 3,000 people. If you get a chance, hit it in the first 5 minutes, because what happens with a video, you'll notice the quicker that you hit them and you give it retention, just leave it playing. Even if you're like, I don't care about this, leave it playing. It'll give it watch time, and the watch time will introduce this idea to more people. I did it as a look at this moron try to cancel Jeremy and ends up canceling himself in court. He's put himself in the jackpot, which there is a certain moron lawyer that has been doing that. And I think we can introduce this to a larger audience. Live streams aren't really introduced as much. And sometimes people, when they see like a Jeremy Hales, he has his audience. He's got a big audience, by the way, but I want the world to freaking know what's there. That's the one
right.
Thing
no, I gotta do the TLDR videos I've been working on. That's why I've been working on a timeline, but there's just so much.
Well, I want to just laugh at the stupid, because you know what? I really want to laugh at the more I thought about that depot, I actually want to go through and I want to short form some of those depots, because they are some of the worst fucking depots I have ever seen with Lynette Preston. And they are public. And I think those, if the world sees it, they'd be like, oh my God, I need more of that.
And speaking of her deposition,
Yes,
it
that
sounds
certainly
like
did.
that came up in court today with Bruce complaining about that deposition being out there in the public, only to hear from the judge, why are you upset about that? It's free speech. Why does it matter? Like, what?
Also,
I mean, oh my God, we finally have a normal judge who gets it.
And if this is correct, and again, I'm in the process of verifying it, it looks like somebody might have shown off some documents they weren't supposed to today.
Well, look at the private chat.
Okay.
Because I just typed that in there, actually.
Okay.
Still trying to verify that.
Okay, well, we're going to find out, because if not, if so, well, content, anyone? Making content out of what now? I thought that was bad. But best case scenario, hypocrisy. Worst case scenario, ooh, baby. So we're going to find out about that one. There were also some really crazy statements made last night. We were talking about those, the statements toward Jeremy. Accusations. Where are they? Let me pull that up.
Oh, my God. Ridiculous. Oh, unbelievable. The kind of stuff that was said on a Hale channel. Was it last night or the night before?
Okay, maybe the night before. In the last couple of nights, and actually
some insane allegations. To make these allegations without having the paperwork to back it up, without having arrest records, court documents. This is stuff you should never say, because it is on its face defamatory and malicious. We're talking about now they are alleging on these hate channels that that Jeremy is I can't even say it. It's the same stuff that's on the signs.
Yeah. Essentially, that's where they're going.
And ARP, they're accusing him of ARP now.
Should I, that 228, there's three kind of there's a paragraph, and then there's a paragraph above, and then there's that break. Should I start above the break? I'm just going to read that.
Yeah, I would. Okay.
I'm not going to put it up here on the screen. I'm just going to read it.
This is from the transcript.
Yeah, this is the transcript. So again, it may miss a few words, but you get the gist of what's happening there, and go review for yourself if you really want to.
Yeah, go listen to the crap for yourself.
Man.
Although I can't vouch for what will happen in your eardrums, though.
Exactly. What might cough in your ear or anything.
Yeah, I can't vouch for that.
You
might get ear herpes.
Gross. Oh my God. That's the earworm, That is the true ear bug, right? Ear herpes. Gross.
I just made that up. That is a fictional thing. I don't know.
It's scary enough, Never share your headphones, kids. Never share your headphones.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, here we go. It says, okay, here there are so many different kinds of abuses that are already committed, but not only his current significant other, but also his son, his children, and these are confirmed things. These are their words now. These are not alleged things. These are confirmed. We're talking about the stalker. We're talking about the schmexual predatory type of comments that are so consistent that there's a pattern. Yeah, apparently joking and stuff, I suppose. Making just any kind of joke. Like that makes you a I don't even know. What the fuck?
Yeah, what? We do that all day long here when that's what she said, phrasing. I'm horrified by that. I'm horrified by the assumption that if someone makes off-color jokes, suddenly they're a predator. Excuse me? What?
Then it gets worse, though. It's like you notice it. Any blind eye can see it. Anybody can notice what are inappropriate kinds of comedy. So they're saying jokes, his comedy. They
2-inch pipe. That's,
yes.
What they're talking about. They're talking about the 2-inch pipe thing. Yeah. Come on. Are they kidding?
that's just been so consistent for so many years now. We know the alleged schmexual kinds of addiction, the addiction on that side of just having just that lustful sexuality that again, this is their stupid
What?
transcript that just when you put all of those things together, the abuse, the stalking, when you put it together, what do you get? You get ARP. That's right. They accuse him of ARP. You get molestation. You get aggressive behavior. You get all of these things that would assume it's almost like red and blue. What I don't know what red and blue
I don't know what
means.
that even means, but I will say, boy, they better have receipts for this.
Oh my God, man! Like the accusations that were made there were, I'm like, do you realize like this is real? Like you're no longer playing a game where there's a back and forth or anything else. This is federal court now. There is a don't fuck around kind of judge. And he's looking at you all, thinking about adding you to something. Again, the minimum buy-in for damages, $75,000.
75 grand.
That's a minimum buy-in. Do you think that did you just have that lying around?
I mean, I don't know why they keep on acting like they're not in serious trouble, but they're in serious trouble and they keep on talking and they keep on saying these things and they don't show any proof of these things they are alleging. They are accusing Jeremy Hales of very serious crimes.
ARP, dude, again.
That will absolutely ruin his career if that is true. And they're just saying it and they have no evidence to back it up. Nothing. How? Oh my God.
We saw a judge say that these are the worst things that you can say. This is real, and they're telling you it's bad enough that as far as damages are concerned, we understand that type of accusation alone is so damaging. You don't even have to prove the damages because in and of itself, it is seen as that damaging. So we've got all this shadow. I didn't mean to throw that out there before this. I just really wanted to throw that in because we were talking about it, and I thought about that for a hot minute, and I thought, man, that's awful. By the way, here's an interesting tidbit. So I had briefly talked to Slug. And he said, this is okay to mention. Okay. So I briefly talked to him. He said, this shit's so bad. At first, he didn't want to be mentioned with any of this. He's trying to stay away because people have threatened to go after him now. It's like, wow. No, and he's like, that stuff is so far over the line that fuck them. Yeah. This is messed up. Fuck them. Attach my name to saying that is messed up. It's like, oh,
it is. It's totally messed up. This is so far beyond free speech because free speech never includes defamatory statements. I hope they get wrecked in court. I hope they get raked over the coals. I hope they all get judgments against them because this is nuts. It's one thing to go forward with allegations of those types of things if you have arrest records, witness reports, court documents. And even then, unless there's a guilty verdict, you better watch your mouth.
You can also, with certain types of things, you could draw inference, right? A plus B equals C. You can't say, though, oh, he tells jokes, therefore. Mm-hmm. That doesn't work. That doesn't work at all, It's
insane, and they have no clue how much trouble they're in. I don't feel sorry for them, but I do want to. I'm screaming, stop in my head.
I want them to stop trying to damage this dude because every time they take the mic, they are trying to do damages. And really, when I talk about this, yes, it's a warning to them, but more so, there are people out there that believe them. They want to argue that, well, people on the road, they didn't. Okay, well, they're making these statements, and there are hundreds of people.
Thousands. They have over 3,000 subscribers.
Yeah. So, well, I'm talking just live, like right there, in that moment. There are hundreds of people that see that.
How many of those people then go and tell other people? And how many of those people post something on Facebook or on social media about it? And how many hundreds of people are they connected to? And how many thousands are the next group connected to? If you extrapolate that out, you could be talking about tens of thousands of people. And this is damage that they will do to him and his reputation for the rest of his life.
Man, they are so dumb. Anyway, having said that, I'm going to get into what happened today. And like Megan said, make sure that you go to What the Hales. If you are not subbed for some reason, I don't know what's wrong with you. Go sub. Make sure you put updates on and everything. And typically, again, I will avoid, at least for a day, I'll avoid content. Jeremy's never said, oh, that's a problem or anything. That's my own rule. I try to avoid, let it get the hits that it's going to have there. But watch it. For sure. Go in, even though we play it, watch it. You can watch it without any interruption. On top of that, too,
and I'm going to drop it in the chat again. Here's the link in the chat. I'm dropping it in now.
I'm going to
pin it to the top. There you go.
I want people to be able to watch it. And like I said, if for some reason, I don't know why you wouldn't be subbed, but if you are sitting here and you're not subbed to What the Hales, like it's again free. But if you're keeping up with this, what's happening, you should definitely be keeping up with what's happening on this guy's side. And if you're one of those folks that's sitting on those hate channels and you're just listening to the PR, maybe you should look into what exactly not only is said, but look into the lack of proof for what's said there, and then the proof that Jeremy Hales has actually pulled up.
And speaking of proof and receipts, by the way, I just got a whole new document dumped from Northport.
Oh my goodness.
And I forgot I didn't get a chance to tell you about this before we went live, but let me tell you something. It is insane. It is an entire timeline of the life in Northport, including photographs, Facebook posts from pages that we weren't privy to, but we are now because somebody was in there still.
Oh my goodness.
And it is hundreds of screenshots, Tug. I've gone through it with my mouth on the floor. There's information in there about the adoption, about how that happened. In fact, I'll give you a little teaser. There's one post by Lynette Preston saying it's going to be one of the fastest adoptions in the history of Florida.
There is something inherently wrong with, I know people that there have been issues with need. We were talking about family that they needed to take custody of a child so they don't go into the state, and they were refused because of income. And that situation, that they had no record, no issue. They didn't see them as earners. So they had to go through, and luckily this gets corrected later on, but it was a slow grinding process. The state ended up with custody of the kid for a while, and it was a horrible thing to watch play out. I don't want that for a kid, by the way, ever, when I say this, but I don't understand how this thing played out. I don't understand how in the moment.
Well, I have a whole lot more information. And it's actual receipts. It's actual proof of what things were like leading up to and during the adoption and afterwards and everything.
Oh my goodness. This case is so fucking crazy. That timeline that I thought we needed to understand, when I first looked at it, I didn't conceptualize the need for Northport. Like that, this has been a learning. Every case is a learning lesson.
Now we need Rotunda too. We need people from Rotunda to come forward from that condo unit that they lived in.
Well, typically you're only
looking by the way, I also have pictures of John Cook as a blonde with a blonde mullet. And I cannot wait to share.
Oh my God, that's going to be amazing.
Friggin' hysterical. He looks like the Tiger King.
Oh my God. That will take that to a new level. I didn't even think Tiger King when you said it. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That Tiger damn King. Carol Baskin.
There are so many similarities in this story. These stories keep intersecting.
Man, like I feel awful for Jeremy and awful for everyone. But I'm addicted to this fucking thing. I am. I'm like, holy crap. Like every time you flip over, if you flip over a rock and like look what scurries out from under it, it's like holy crap.
insane.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I've landed on a continent of stupid, and every time I'm like, oh, I think I'm going to name a new type of stupid. Flip this rock over. Oh man, this is the North Portopolis kind of stupid.
The chat is having an absolute meltdown. They're like, show it now, show it now. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll let Tug set a super chat goal. And if you guys hit it, if you hit that number, whatever it is that he wants to tell you, I'll send it to him.
34 now. Okay, so where do you think would be fun? And we're going to go through this.
I don't know. Like, don't make me do it.
No, come on. Let's do a random. I want to do this a different way today. Okay.
A total number.
A random number generator.
Oh yeah, do a random number generator. That's a great idea.
Number generator.
But it has to be between the number 34 and like I don't know. It has to be higher than that.
I'm gonna do 34 to 110. That way, it's it'll get its average in here. All right, we can do this. Let's split up live. Why not? That way nobody can say I'm cheating it. Give me a minute. Actually, I think I thought I had a Raider for a second. It was not. It was like, wait a minute.
No, I do. I have the Raider.
Damn, it will not lock in on there. I'm just going to do it. Forget it. I'm going to do it. I was going to pull it up on the screen. Who cares, really?
Right, just spin it. What's the random number generator?
It is 70. That's what it gave me.
70? Well, that's so easy to hit.
Yeah,
okay.
We're almost there.
We're totally going to hit that.
We're close. We'll hit that.
You should have made it between 70 and 150.
Well, I figured I'd make it fair, totally. Just
all right. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to send Tug the picture on Tug. I'll send it to your Twitter DMs. Okay. Right. And then when you hit that, you'll be able to show it because God, is it funny?
I need to see it myself anyway.
I needed that laugh today and I LOL'd. It was so great.
It really isn't that good.
Yeah, it's that good.
All right. That's awesome. I've got to look now.
Well, I haven't sent it to you yet. I'm still looking for it. There are
all right. Well, I'll pull this
pictures to go through
while you're looking, and then we'll.
Okay. Yeah, let's start this, and I'll get it. I swear.
Okay, here we go.
I'm in Pensacola, headed over to the federal courthouse for the second half of my deposition, which the magistrate is limited to 3 hours. The last hour for cross-examination from my lawyer, and believe it or not, for the first time ever, I learned how to tie a tie. I learned by watching YouTube. And hopefully you can learn a lot by watching this as well. Don't get stalked by crazy fans. There's the federal courthouse in Pensacola right there. Rand.
Can we give Jeremy some love for the humor that he has, by the way? My God. This man, like this is him not scripting, doing nothing. And look at how funny he is in this stuff.
I know he doesn't write scripts. He went straight out of the courthouse and recorded it.
Well, I've heard people say,
he's so smart. Look, I learned how to tie this on YouTube. You know where you can learn how to do things? YouTube. Always selling. Always be selling.
That's how I learned to tie too. I learned it from YouTube. My grandfather had shown me at one time, but like the fool I was, I didn't realize like how valuable that was until he was gone, And then I was like, oh man. So what did I do? I went and rectified that issue on YouTube. Actually, this is funny. So when I first started mental health, I worked as they called them case managers at the time. Now they're care managers. But, sometimes they get aggressive, right? So I would wear a tie, but I always wore a clip-on tie. And I had this one guy come and try to attack me. And he thought he was so slick. You could just see it. He grabbed me by the tie. He was going to pull my tie up. And he grabbed it and it pulled off, it's clipped on. And that look on his face, like, what happened? And I couldn't help it. That part of you that, the non-professional, I right when I was getting ready to slip, I was like, and ran, but I left. I was like, I couldn't even help it. I was like, man, that was so unprofessional. But yes, I learned to tie a tie from YouTube.
He just walked in. He's here an hour early.
Should have it soon.
He got up extremely early. Doreen was supposed to be here with them, but she got ill. And so he was on the road at like 4, maybe even 3 a.m. I spent the night. See what happens inside.
Oh my God.
Wait, I'm gonna add 2 more, but you're not allowed to show
Oh my
these tonight.
God.
You're not allowed to show these tonight. The next 2, the first one you can show, but the next 2 you're not allowed to show.
I was ready, but I wasn't. Oh my God. Oh,
Look
it really
at the
is.
next 2.
Oh my God. This is really Tiger King vibe in it. I am telling
Oh
you.
yeah. Look with the cutoff
Oh
tee and
my
everything.
God. Oh, that's even
And the
better.
bleached
That other,
blonde.
oh Lord, that one's amazing. Oh, Megan's sitting on a treasure trove. Oh my God.
I will say though, I'm concerned about these 2. Between 2012 and now, man, do they look like they've been through the ringer? Like there's like a I don't know.
I'm having
Like
to bring. I'm needing a bag, really. They look awful. I mean, seriously,
they
like
look terrible now compared to how they used to look. Like I don't know. I don't know what happened, but life has not been easy.
Well,
for these 2.
they live a hard life. Like they live the alcoholism.
That could be
insanity. Well, the insanity, that kind of stuff. It eats away at your life. Oh
well, there are
God.
pictures in here from 2020 of Lynette from 2020 versus now. That's only 4 or 5 years ago, and it's so different. It is so extreme.
The caption on this too. The caption. Oh my God. I'm saving it. I'm not going to mention it yet. The caption too.
Oh yeah. The first one of the first one.
God. Oh,
I know.
Lord help me. Lord help me.
And by the way, these were posted on a public Facebook page. It's all public.
Okay, Liz. Sorry, folks. I had to. Man, we're at 67 already.
Oh no, 68.
I'm going to go ahead and send it over to myself.
I think you better. I think you're going to hit it.
Yeah, let me go ahead and send that.
They're like, show the mullet, show the mullet.
Oh my God,
frankly, I like this look on John. I think
it looks better for him.
I think he should go back to this, frankly.
I mean, honestly, but he could do that. He could Tiger King it up, like you were saying.
Totally Tiger King it up.
He could. I mean, that
this
would be
is
the way
a
to
for
play.
real, legit bleach blonde mullet. 69. We're at 69. Can we get one more? I don't know. I don't know if you can do it, chat.
I don't know.
They don't want it that bad. They don't want it that bad. They're at 69. They're going to stay there. That's okay. We'll just move on with Jeremy's video then. We'll just move on.
I've downloaded that for real. Oh my God.
Oh, God.
I couldn't believe it. It was just people were like, "Oh my God, we need to push that up there." We are at 69 now.
We're at 69. Oh, there it is. Emma Washington.
You knew it was coming. I was sending it to myself while I was doing it. Okay, folks.
All right. Now, get ready.
Now, you prepare yourselves, okay, folks. You prepare yourselves because you really didn't know you needed this in your life. But now you did. 76 now. People are like, yes, they're rewarding.
Janice with the huge 50.
Oh, man.
Janice really wants to see this picture.
Okay. Are you all ready? Are you feeling it? Because here he comes. Here it is. All right, here we go. Look.
It's so good.
Oh, but the caption's even better. John just pierced John's ear with his ex earring. It's like, okay, LOL. Guess he figured out how to use those carrots.
With his ex's earring? Like, is that what she means? His ex's earring.
With his
is that the one in the bottle? Is that the one in the bottle in the shed?
Oh no, this is so bizarre.
Oh no, so they used her diamond to put in his ear? I know it's dark. It's not a great photo, you guys, but I mean, come on.
I can lighten it up later, but it's just
come on, that is a good mullet.
What though? I mean, that is a better look for him than these days, honestly, as much as you say. But it really does. We keep talking about it having Tiger King vibes here, man.
Somebody in the chat said it's a Hulk Hogan look. That works too.
Ooh, brother. I just pierced my ear with the thing I give it a shit.
My guess is that he's a blonde unless he bleached his mustache, because his mustache is also blonde. That would be difficult to pull off. So maybe sun in, but how
You should
how do
see
you
the
bleach?
other ones that
Do
Megan's
people
hot
bleach
holds
their
onto.
mustache?
Oh. Do they bleach it? Yes, some people do.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of that, so maybe he did. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we need to get some. Oh my god.
Oh, so good.
Oh, I gotta breathe for a second though. There's two companion ones. Megan, you've got to save those for our next stream for sure. Those are.
Oh yeah.
Those
Yeah,
are
we'll be
liquid
going through more
gold.
Northport files.
Yeah, so that whole file, yeah, okay. Because I mean, we've been looking. I've gotten some new Northport stuff too, but I was trying to combine everything. Get a timeline, and I also want a timeline for the grifting. Where they're. Again, I don't mind people going. So look, I grift, I grind. We do a show. I grind. I have nothing against that. The thing is, what they're doing out there though is they're noting causes, and the allegations are, number one, utilizing the kid in illness. Number two, that they're not using money for specified purposes. And I mean, just when you look through it, it isn't, we talk about grifting for fun. We use that word for fun, but there is a negative connotation when, it's done certain ways. And
well, we turned it into a joke because people always say that's what we do on YouTube. But what we actually do on YouTube is we provide entertainment and news and a show. We're actually creating a product, right? So we create this product and the audience either supports it or they don't. If they don't support it, we change it up. We bring some different product and we move it around, right? Until the audience responds. And then when they respond and they like it, they tip, they send money, they support the show.
We also do stuff. Okay. For my life. All right. Like stuff you don't, man, I want to note some of the good that goes on. We don't even talk about, but like my mom, through her church, they do underprivileged, and you know what angel tree, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we do that too.
So we end up with so many. I think the cutoff for gifts is now $60 a kid. They only allow so much, and that's not the church. That's like the place that puts it on. But here we have an insane amount of kids that fall into below the poverty threshold. I mean, insane amount. And I mean, we're talking about in a county with 13,000 people. I believe there's over 1,000 kids in need. That's just for this county. I mean, that's crazy when you think 1/13 of your population, have been moved into this. Like that's unreal. So we pick up as many as we possibly can, and any kids that don't get picked up. We also have I don't know really what to call it. We don't have a DCS setup here. We have kids that are, they're removed from their homes and they're placed at like I said, I don't remember the technical term for the place, but they have overflows sometimes. When they have overflows, they don't get any money for extra beds or anything like that. So they go to the communities, they go to people, and we always make sure that stuff gets met too. It's not the bullshit that like these people do out here. You don't go out and brag about everything.
The difference is that they're not creating anything for people to actually support, right? It's just a constant ask. My car broke down. I need this. I need $1,800 for the lawyer and I have so many of these now about the lawyer's fees from the adoption. I need this for the adoption. I didn't know it was going to be this much. And there are text screenshots of people in the community in Northport saying to her, I think you're doing this wrong and you should get DCF involved because they'll help you become a foster parent. And she completely misunderstood it and thought everyone was telling her that they wanted her to have her baby taken away from her. Instead, what they're trying to say to her is, you don't seem to be able to afford this, and DCS has programs for this. So you should involve them so that they can help you be a foster parent, foster to adopt.
God. Did you hear that?
Yeah, what was that?
I have one of those robots that cleans the floor.
Oh, yeah, right.
I hadn't had it plugged up down here for a while, though. I've been just vacuuming it out myself. So I turned it on today, and I forgot all about it. I'm not used to it being down here. I set it on the charger, and it was telling me that it was done. So it was like out of the blue. There's nobody down here with me, and out of the blue, a voice is just like, "Hello." I was like, "What the heck is that?"
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much of it. There's so much evidence of like people even trying to tell them, like, you don't seem to be able, you're struggling. And instead of relying on all these GoFundMes, why don't you involve the state for what they're there for? And instead of hearing it for what it was, which was genuine offers to try and help her get it done in a way that she could afford it, it was all, I'm going to kick you off my Facebook page. You just want me to give up my baby. They'll kill her in foster care and all this garbage. Same thing she always says.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't a misunderstanding. Maybe that's just the go-to. Well, you had some kind of you got a little blowback. You had somebody give you, I think, useful advice, because there are all types of services.
Yeah, and is there a reason they didn't want them in their lives? Was there a reason she didn't want DCS involved? What was the reason? It's interesting because it doesn't really make sense if you're so destitute and you need the help to not take the help that's offered.
I wonder in our community, this is a random thing, and we'll play this after this, but I'm wondering, in this community here, is there anyone that has ever set up a recovery home? In our area right through here, one thing that we do not have is a drug or alcohol recovery thing anywhere, like right in this area. And if you look at statistically, it's pretty bad here. I've been looking at that recently, because of just things that happen, people I know, people close to me that have had needs. And I thought, man, if there was something close here, you could probably prevent some of that. So if anybody out there has actually ever done that, has been involved in the actual setup, please hit me up, because I am legitly wanting to know about the hurdles. I'm bad about diving headlong into projects. I'm like, this needs to be done, therefore let's do it. But I'd like to know what I might run into if it's there, and maybe it's something doable. If it's easily, something accomplishable, I'll grind that sucker out and make one. But I know that was random. It is and not really. We talk about substance use and abuse a lot. Alcohol comes up a lot on this subject. And in your own communities, you should have this resources to help people if they get that twisted in the wind. Okay, let's do this. I want to watch this.
I'm outside of the courtroom right now. I can take this off and take a few buttons off. So it was beyond interesting. And I can say that I have a tremendous amount of respect for the magistrate. He is absolutely no nonsense. And not in his words, in my words, he basically told Deuce multiple times that he's tired of babysitting him. Now, he included Randy in that as well, since Doreen couldn't be here, but it was all referenced towards Deuce. So let me try and break this down a little bit, which the magistrate was very clear that I have every legal right to film all of this, share all of this, and he will never interfere with that. And so I appreciate that.
That's a big statement right there.
Huge. Because that's not what DeThomas has said.
Yep. Well, and you should be able to. I mean, you're covering his own life. We were talking about freedom of speech. You should be able to talk about this thing. You should be able to film everything that goes on.
Yeah, a judge cannot put prior restraint on speech. It's a prior restraint, what Judge DeThomas did to him. Mm-hmm. Well, your pause game is on. Look at this pause face on Jeremy.
I love it. Somebody was like, man, you got to get better faces for your thumbnails for Jeremy. I was like, dude, I love his and his, I love him, man. He's so animated.
He's so animated. No matter how you pause, it looks like this.
Yeah. I have been like, man, at one time, though, I was like, man, I wonder if he has just headshots. They have different faces. I thought about being like, excuse me, Mr. Hales.
Excuse me, sir.
I would like to amp up my thumbnail game.
He does look like he's singing glory, glory, hallelujah.
The deuce is marching on.
He actually appreciates the First Amendment and upholding that. And so he was very, very clear. But the very first thing he did, he brought us into a waiting room outside of his office with the security guard, which I thought was interesting, that everybody in the federal building actually has bulletproof vests on. And so, except for the actual magistrate or the judge. And so he brings us in, he goes, listen, you know, I want to do this the nice way. I just want to, I want us all to get along, and I want to come at you, you know, with pleasantries, and I'm trying to recall everything, because the one thing he did for everybody, he made us all lock our phones up in the beginning because Deuce in the other deposition.
Is that his? I realize for lawyers, but okay, like here, for example, I can't even carry my phone into the courthouse.
Really?
Yeah, I also can't carry a drink into the courthouse, interestingly, you know, which is awful. If you've ever had to, you know, speak like to a judge about anything whatsoever, one of the things you might notice is a little dry mouth, you know, here and there. And yeah, they don't. You have to actually request that they stop and someone like a bailiff bring you water. So
wow.
I didn't know if that was.
It's not that strict where in courts I've been in, they've not taken our phones, but depending on what court you're in, the judge will instruct people you're not allowed to look at your phone or use your phone. But in other courtrooms, you are allowed to use it. It just depends on what the rules of that particular judge that day are.
This whole courtroom, no phones inside of it at all. Lock them up in your car. Don't bring them in at all. You know, they run you through a metal detector, and they're like, "Yep, if you bring in a phone, you're going to have a real problem." That's what I.
So there was a courthouse in Illinois that I used to go to and sit and just listen to get stories and whatever, and you could bring your phone in to the building, but depending on which courtroom you were going into, you might have to check it with security. They had like a check system where you could go give it to them and they give you a tag and they put it in a bag, and then you go into the court and then you come back out and get it. So it just depends.
Yeah, I see the chat there too. I was telling the thanks in there because a lot of them are saying, yeah, that's how it is here too. You know, we can't bring in anything in. We can't bring any drinks or.
That's why when I'm going in to cover a case, I always tell them ahead of time. I send a media request because I need access to my laptop and my phone. So you have to get permission to do that ahead of time.
Depending on bail, I had problems with one of the police. I don't want to say bailiff, but one of the police down there. They didn't want to let me carry in a notepad, and I was like, "You can't keep me from carrying in a notepad and writing."
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's absolute insanity. And finally, another officer came over and was like, "Yeah, that's ridiculous. What are you trying to do here?"
Well, they better let me bring my laptop because I type so much faster than I write that I can pretty much keep up with everything going on real time when I'm typing. Man, if I had to take handwritten notes, I'd be screwed.
Yeah, I do a lot of shorthand. I can take notes decently fast. But,
that's good.
Yeah, I'm hoping they let you bring in a laptop though, because it would. Your game on that laptop is probably much better than me in a pen. You know, plus you get to listen to me complain about 5 hours about, oh my God, my hand's going to fall off.
And kept going. Are you filming? Are you filming? Why can't you tell me if you're filming? So the magistrate had us all lock up our phones. There are safety deposit boxes right at the beginning as you go through the metal detector. And so all of our phones were locked up. And even then, I couldn't bring in my bottles of water. I brought bottles of water because I'm the one that's going to be speaking the most. And I couldn't even have bottles of water go up. But then I was offered a pen, and I do have exhibits that I took some notes on as well. So from the beginning, here's the interesting thing. Randy and I were there an hour early. We were supposed to be here at 10 a.m. Central Time, but we were actually here 9 a.m. Central Time.
Smart.
And Deuce walks in right behind us. Now, from my very first opinion on appearance, I mean, this is When most people see me, they're like, holy cow, you're so much bigger than on YouTube. I guarantee you Deuce was thinking the exact same thing, because what I was thinking was, oh my gosh, you're so much smaller. Like, he looked unhealthy, completely and totally unhealthy. And I know you're wondering, did he have rolls of paper towels? Nope. He had a handkerchief, and he just kept with the nose. Now, we can make some educated guesses of why.
He might have allergies.
Symptoms, constant running nose, and you can figure all that out yourself. But my
allergies are
first
pretty bad this time of
thought
year.
was, wow, he looks like a frail little man, and I'm 3 times his size. Height, width, everything. I'm a large man.
3
and I'm
times.
sure, I guarantee you, he was thinking the exact same thing. Holy cow, Jeremy's much bigger in person, as so many people.
Well, that's how a lot of lawyers are like that, aren't they? Though, you know,
Yeah.
you have the big smack talkers online, and then you have the lawyers are accustomed to bullying people, and you can tell, like, this guy is accustomed to standing on the bully pulpit. Nobody ever speaking back.
Yeah, they're accustomed to doing their bullying through filings in court. They don't actually step to you, like, you're not going to find a lot of lawyers who will step to you in a bar or something. It kind of reminds me of that conversation you had about those idiots not coming up to you at the anime convention or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, that little hammer.
Because you told them ahead of time, like, yeah, I wear size 14s. I will hammer your ass. Like, come on. Let's see.
I mean, so many of these idiots, they do that, though. They talk a lot of smack.
Talk a lot of shit.
Okay. I was like, it's volunteer security here. I'm actually in your state. I'm here attending something. So, yeah, if you would have come up and you would have said that to me in my face, and what these people do, though. They do the worst things. Again, that wasn't over, just like what Jeremy Hale, actually not even close to what Jeremy Hale's face is, But yeah, the thing that brought out my ire there was that person I'm talking to was somebody that went on certain sites, and it was like the whole point in what these people wanted to do. That was when my wife was pregnant with the littlest one. They were like, maybe we could drive her to miscarry.
Oh,
so I was like, yeah, you never say that to my face.
Yeah, what a heinous thing to say. But it's true that people who say crap like that, they never want to say it to your face.
I'd fold you up like a tissue paper if you started talking to me like that. My God. If not, I would defer you to someone like Camelot. I'm like, see my friends. Camelot be over there like pretty mugging though. You're like, yeah.
I don't know. Camelot spends enough time in the gym. He can probably throw it.
Oh, he is, I mean, he's a big boy. You can tell, like, he's woof,
Yeah,
but
he's got a lot of muscles.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. I love Camelot, by the way. I do. I absolutely love him. He is, we've never actually gotten to be at a place like it physically at the same place, like at a convention or something. And I want to remedy that this year. I think that would be
what's funny? The first time I met him was when his trailer got stolen. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Long time ago. And I didn't know who he was, though. I had no clue he had a YouTube channel at all. No shade to Cody. I just didn't know. And one of my listeners was like, you got to help this guy. He lost his trailer. And I know that you can help him get answers from the police because they're not talking to him. And so I sent him a message on Twitter, and he responded, and I was like helping him for like a week get FOIAs and police stuff. And like, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he had a big channel. I had no clue. None. And then one day after he got his trailer back, he did some big thing on YouTube, and I happened to be on YouTube and I saw it and I was like, holy crap, is that Cody? Oh my God, he has a huge channel. It was so funny. I had no clue. None.
I had seen a couple of things he had done here and there, but I had no idea who he was. And I kind of got addicted after I met him, going back and listening to his GameStop saga, the thing that blew him up online. And it is, holy crap. If you've never listened to that stuff, that is hilarious.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
no, but God. I walked him through getting the cops on the phone and recording them. And that was a lot of fucking fun.
Oh,
That was funny. What
I
he got
loved it,
on
though.
recording, what he got them saying on recording was hysterical. And if he ever had to use it, it would have been good because he basically got them just being lazy as shit.
What I love about Cody is he's exactly what you see, and he has no filter. We would get on Flashcast and some of the stuff I'd be like, holy crap, did you say that live, man? You know? And he's like, that's just it. And I was like, man, I love you for that, because you know, you don't care. Like, you are who you are.
Yeah.
And, you know, you run
That's
into people.
true.
I mean, I'm not like that. I'm not totally without a filter. You know?
You have a pretty good filter. Your filter is pretty strong, actually.
Oh, well, yeah.
Your
I try to
filter's
keep
better
it.
than mine. Sometimes you're like, well, wait a minute. I rely on that. You make me better. You make me better.
Well, I don't know how I got off on the Cody freaking rant about that, though. But props to him a lot, by the way. I love him.
I've already stated as they've seen me in person. So then we go through the metal detectors. We go up to the magistrate's office, security guard there, full bulletproof vest, the whole deal. Magistrate brings us in, and ironically enough, over an hour is spent laying down the ground rules, and he begins to state things, you know, I want to do this pleasantry, let's all get along. And then Deuce, who keeps interrupting him. I was mind blown.
Never interrupt.
And the magistrate goes, listen.
Why would you interrupt the magistrate in this, where it's not just a never do that? This is after the magistrate has come in and clearly laid the smack down.
Yeah, after you've been ordered to leave your comfy, cozy, cluttered office in Connecticut or wherever the hell to Pensacola, so that because he has to babysit you, that you're going to interrupt that guy.
What happened to all the
those are some balls.
What happened to the hater smack talk, by the way? He ain't gonna go there. He'll have to do that. I guess
Yeah,
he did.
he'll get another lawyer to show up. Yeah, he knew better. He knew better.
I was like, that's not gonna. No way is he's that.
I was rooting for it. I was like,
I would
like, love to see what would happen if he sent Scott Stark or somebody else. That would be freaking hilarious, because the judge would have lost his mind. Like I said, it would have been hair on fire judge running through the courthouse screaming,
Ghost
"Get a warrant!
I am the spirit of vengeance." Ghost Rider.
Arrest him, lock him up, put him away forever.
But why would you want to get on this guy? See, this is the thing that the client should understand. You know, do you think that's in your best interest? If this guy is pissing off a magistrate, is that in your best interest? Yeah. Anyway, let's continue.
Listen, I have the authority to have the marshals take you and lock you up right now.
Oh my God.
Don't make me use it. And so the magistrate raises his voice to the level I was just at. You see the frustration, and it's because of Deuce. It's because he won't stop being a child. Now, the magistrate is fair, though, because he looks at me and he looks at Randy, but all of this is because Deuce just interrupts him. And he goes, I didn't want to go this route, but here I am now, because it was insanity. Deuce, from the very beginning, can't shut his mouth. He can't be professional. And he's being told by a magistrate, you get out of line today, you're going to be locked up. This is no joke. This is not an exaggeration. And boy, I wish I had that on camera. Now, this magistrate is, in my opinion, very...
You and me both, Jeremy.
Yeah, us too. But it's funny, though, if you have a judge who's willing to pull out the "I will put you in jail" card, watch the fuck out. He's going to do it.
Yeah, he ain't playing with you. Like, he's laying down the ground rules right there. You know what this also should telegraph, and they should be very concerned about? He's paying attention.
Oh, they should be very concerned about him referring them for prosecution to the feds. That's what they should be really concerned about, because this guy is not going to play. If he finds evidence of crimes here, crimes that Levy County, this is why I'm so excited to watch him find out about how Levy County has behaved. Because if this federal judge, I have a feeling, if he finds evidence of crimes that haven't been prosecuted, He is going to be referring these people to the prosecutor. And if it comes from him, they will have no choice but to do something about it.
Well,
not to mention, wait, no, he's a federal judge. He wouldn't refer it to the state. He would refer it to the feds. So he would bypass Levy County entirely.
Here's another thing too. So I got thinking about protective orders, right? And with protective orders, they don't just encompass, like, say you have a protective order against you. They don't just encompass you. It's people that are connected to you. You can't have other people on your behalf go in and harass, threaten, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
They call that third party contact, which is
exactly. And look at what's been happening in Levy County, bringing in people, them again, going and spreading some horrible fucking rumors about Germany. Look at all the pictures.
And now because Guapo is not added to the lawsuit, they brought him out the other night to make more false allegations. Do you see how this works? So they think, well, he's not in the lawsuit, so we can't be held responsible for what he says. Yeah, I got news for you. That's not true.
Yeah. I mean,
it happened on your show, on your YouTube channel, and you let it go. And if you let somebody say defamatory things on your show, you're responsible for that too, without making a legal note, without saying, whoa, hold on. Do you have evidence of that? And stopping it. And they didn't do that. They didn't do that.
It's just insane. I don't think they understand anything about the law and how it works, because if they did, I don't think they understand the consequences to what's going on, because there could be, and we talked about dollar consequences, but you could be talking about much more than dollar consequences. These people have over and over again, they've written fanfic essentially about all of us going to jail. We're going to be behind bars. And yet, I mean, they're playing a game of chicken with an immovable object.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Very high quality. Honestly, he reminds me of me. He's a younger version of me. He has morals, he has principles, he has values, and he lives by those. And when you cross them, there's a problem. Now, anybody who's ever had a problem with me in my life, they wanted me to compromise on my morals, my values, and I say no. And when I say no, then they get out of control, then they defame me, right? We've seen it over and over and over again. We literally see these individuals all coming together, joining forces together in all of their filth, no morals, no values, all of their disgustingness, to actually incriminate themselves even more and more. Well, this magistrate has high morals, high standards, high values. He's a family man, and he should. And so he puts Deuce literally in his place from the get-go. While he was being fair and directing it towards me and Randy, he was looking at myself and Randy as well, but it was because of Deuce and directed at Deuce. And so there's this whole conversation in regards to what about a summary judgment? Deuce wants this thrown out. He wants money, the whole deal. And the magistrate goes, what in the world? Who files for a summary judgment before evidentiary hearings? Before you have all the evidence? He goes, in what world does anybody ever file for a summary judgment? And Deuce goes, oh, you could just withdraw that. The fact of the matter is this: he has no clue.
Okay, pause. Okay, so those of you who think, oh, Jeremy lies, Jeremy tells lies, he's not telling the truth, just watch the docket. Just watch the docket and see if he doesn't withdraw that idiotic motion for summary judgment, which we said had no prayer of surviving. Yeah. Just watch.
Well, also, any of the haters out there that have been relying on Bruce, remember, we're not supposed to have a trial right now. Remember, it was supposed to be already over. He was just going to come in and annihilate this thing.
Oh, right. This was going to get thrown out of court, was it? Thrown out of court. That's what we were told. Thrown out of court. Ooh, I feel an avatar change coming on. Let's see. Where's my court prognosticator avatar? I have one in here somewhere. Oh, I got to go find it. But I feel like my abilities to prognosticate and tell the fortunes of what's going to happen in court has been pretty spot on. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think I think everyone, though, that has been paying even the smallest amount of attention to this knew that these people had no idea what they were talking about. They've just been talking out of their ass, essentially.
Talking out of their ass. I know.
Oh, I need to judge that umbrella guy real quick.
I know. I gotta go to Locals to get it. I posted it on Locals. It's not on my computer. I must have put it on my phone. But somebody made me the most hilarious, like, crystal ball reading fox for court prognostication.
I saw that one. That was,
and I have to turn that into an avatar for show.
If Dead Punk hears this, he made a cool, you know, the bucket throne. He made a cool that umbrella guy sitting on it. I don't know if you ever finished that one, but I want to see all of that put together. Yeah, I like this avatar right here. I actually like the Judge series.
The Judge one.
Pretty good. Yeah, look at my Judge there. He looks cute.
He looks pretty good.
Yeah, I like him.
Judge Tug.
I love it. I actually have some. I don't know if they're still in here. I had some from the Depp trial where it had Judge Tug and or Bailiff Tug and Judge Lug. You know.
Yeah, here we go. I've got my courtroom predictions for $5 here. I'll put that up now because this is great. God, I love this. Whoever made this, I've forgotten who did it, but whoever did this, you're a genius. It's so good. All right, here we go. Courtroom predictions, $5. $5, folks.
That is hilarious.
Look into my crystal ball. I will tell you that the motion for summary judgment will be withdrawn probably tomorrow.
Check this one out. Somebody made this for me. Look at that.
I love the bailiff.
Guilty.
Judge Lug.
Like guilty.
Oh, that's great. That guilty of having no pizza pockets in the house.
Oh Lord, that would be riotous, is what that would be. It's guilty of not taking.
Didn't she threaten to burn the house down once? She threatened to burn something. I remember she was like, "If you don't give me whatever, I'm going to burn the house down." Really
She's hilarious. She says the craziest, funniest things. I'm like, oh my God. My relatives are like, she's like a miniature you.
Yes, she's a lot like you with the hilarious jokes.
That's what family's like. She is like a miniature you. I was like, is that good? They're like, sometimes.
Also a little disturbing.
It is funny. That's one of the beautiful things about kids, though. You know, you have this little mini me of yourself. Oh, it's funny.
And sometimes it is disturbing because not only do they have your good parts, but they have your bad parts too. They have your bad side too. And then you see them behaving in a way you don't like so much. And then you realize, crap, that's me.
I heard you created a little you that likes the movies that you like, that wants to read what I was like, of course, you know. So essentially, you make someone that just it has your likes and interests. I'm like, well, nothing wrong with that. That's actually kind of fun. Okay, let's see.
Randy has had to educate him on everything through this process. And now the magistrate is educating him, and the magistrate is beyond frustrated with him. Now, I have to be fair in this as well, because the magistrate's frustrated with me. And he goes, listen, Jeremy, for your sake, you have to answer these questions. And I tell him, I got two concerns. Number one, this is an individual that's defaming me and putting together a group of people to defame me even more. And number two, they're putting all of my information out online and causing more loss of income, hurting my relationships, hurting my business, and hurting my life. And he was very to the point with me as well. And he would put me in my place. Now, he never said anything like, listen, we are going to call the marshals right now if you get out of line. He said, listen, I know it's out of control. And this never, ever should be in a situation where I'm being deposed by an individual who is proactively defaming me.
Exactly.
I agree.
Who's proactively trying to destroy my life. This is not
really, when you look at situations, you really don't run across situations like this that often. You know?
I just found out that Bruce was on that Hate channel the other night. He was on it.
Was he? With all of that?
Yeah, he was on it. Now, I don't know what part of it he was on, so I don't know if he was there for the big defaming moment, but he was on it that night. So the idea, and also I have a screenshot of him in the chat saying ecosystem meeting Wednesday at 10.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. Like the next ecosystem meeting is, and even if he was being sarcastic and joking, like this is not the time to joke. You're the head of a defamatory anti what the hales media ecosystem, you dumbass.
Yeah, that would be the time I would just sit back and be like, yeah, I think I'll be quiet. Even if he wants to cover certain things, my advice would be cover it on your own, maybe. Again, I don't know. Like, why give these people advice anyway? They're all a bunch of morons. They don't listen to anything worth a damn. And if they want to put themselves in jail,
yeah, have at it.
In jail. Yeah, I mean, honestly.
But it's true that Jeremy should not be deposed by someone actively out there defaming him and creating this media ecosystem of people defaming him. It's terrible. And I hope the judge realizes quickly when he reads the amended complaint fully that he does need to remove Bruce as the lawyer and they need a different lawyer, because this is totally a conflict. It's a total conflict.
I went through, by the way, for a lot of information we learned again from Shara. So that last video that she put up, I was cataloging all the screenshots out of it. There were like 47 screenshots out of there. It's amazing how much information that she has put out in just a few videos. It's astounding.
Yeah.
When you look at that, you would think they would want to shut up and just slither back into the hole. But no, I think what they're trying to do is double and triple down on damage control. And it's not working. It's not working at all. They do that. And yet, like we were saying before, I think they also have on people that they think, oh, well, they're not part of this case, therefore they can do whatever they want. And that's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Appropriate. And the magistrate knows that. And he even mentioned that he has read the documents. Good. There was just so much. And Deuce goes, well, I'm going to withdraw that summary judgment. He goes, I'll file for that after the evidentiary hearings and all of this and all of that. Literally, the magistrate is training Deuce what to do in federal court, which is pathetic. Extremely pathetic.
That's what you expect from somebody that's in there pro se,
Right. You don't expect to have to do it to a lawyer, though. You don't expect to have to tell the lawyer what federal procedure is. Maybe Bruce should get the rules of federal procedure and bone up before he goes in front of that judge again.
Instead of bonering it up, I know.
Yeah, I mean, one or the other. He's going to bone something. I looked up the federal rules of procedure the other day. I don't know if he knows this, but they're free for anyone to read online.
We should have an award show. You know that? Like at the beginning of the year next year, we should have a 2024 award show. Like
I love this idea.
Worst lawyer. We have people vote on it.
Oh God, that's going to be a close.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to see, like, when people put it together, who do they think has been a worse lawyer watching this? Do they think that it's Gingrich?
We have to come up with a name for these awards, like the dummies, or.
That should be our first legit show that we're doing.
If you know about the show,
if you did,
that'll be the first episode.
The Do You Know show.
Do you know show?
What a name. That'd be amazing. But we should have an awards for 12. We should come up with different categories. We need to hit some people up and see exactly. We could have some fun, like funniest freaking commentator and this and that. We should just have a fun show. See what people think.
I think that's a great idea.
If you like that, let us know in the comments too. If you like an award show, again, we could have positive things. We could also, we could have funny, like worst lawyer, funniest motion.
Funniest motion? Well, the motion for lunch has got to win that one.
That's a good one. Yeah, I think that's good. We could do it by case. We've been funniest in this case.
That's true. We could have like different categories per case because it's going to be hard to put them up against one another.
Oh man, the Blue Bucket Awards. It's awesome.
The blue buckets.
I love it. The blue buckets. You give out people blue buckets to them. That is actually pretty awesome. I'm going to make a blue bucket trophy on Grok real quick while we're doing this.
The deuces. Jeremy says the deuces.
The deuces. Oh my God. See, that could
and
be so
you
much
get
fun.
a little golden statue of poop. Just a little poop.
I like
a
the blue
golden
bucket.
The blue bucket.
Make me an award trophy with a blue bucket. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, it'll look like a Grammy, but not a Grammy. What's the one that looks like a cup?
Grammy, more like a slammy.
The slammies.
The slammies.
The slammies.
The slammies. That'd be awesome.
The slammies are funny.
Yeah,
that's
I like
funny.
that.
I like
Let
that.
me write that down. I'm gonna write that down. To be honest. The Slammy Awards, the blue buckets. Oh man, we really could. Oh, some of the ideas it has, we could refine these. Oh yes, this will be good. I'm gonna make
We could
blue bucket
send
awards.
the trophies to their offices with a congratulatory letter.
The Slammies.
Congratulations, you are 2024's winner of the Slammy.
The blue bucket
For
award.
worst motion written this year.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to talk to somebody to help. We're gonna have to set up categories, and so we've got to do this though. We're gonna have to do this.
Yes, we have
got the
to.
point at that point to shut his mouth and stop interrupting the magistrate. But no,
no.
Boy, at the end of all of this, which I'm going to get to, well, you want to hang on to the end of all of this because he goes off on Deuce yet again. So he literally says, if anything gets out of control, he goes, I've never had to do it, but I will call the marshals. You will be locked up today.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there going, I really respect this man. I appreciate his morals, his values, his standards. I appreciate that he's going to keep this going the way that it should be going. And I'm sitting there going, this is my brother from another mother in Ohio. OH. And he is. He's from Ohio. And here's one of the things, when it was being pleasant before he had to actually threaten Deuce with being locked up today, he mentioned two very, very interesting things. Number one, his wife is from Trenton, Florida. Where's Randy Shockett's office? Trenton, Florida. How?
What a small world.
Yeah.
Small world. Yep. Number two, Ohio State graduate, and he grew up in Ohio, 30 minutes from where Hale's headquarters is. So small world in regards to that. See, things started pleasant, but then Deuce, as the usual, per the pattern,
As the usual.
and the magistrate didn't like that very much at all. Again, I want to be clear. The magistrate didn't just reprimand Deuce. The magistrate was reprimanding all of us, but it was directed towards Deuce. And the magistrate at times, even, you know, when I voiced my concerns, he said, well, this is what's going to happen. Your lawyer is going to file for a restraining order that Deuce cannot release any of this information. So per the deposition, then your lawyer is going to file a restraining order, and I'll approve the restraining order, and none of this is going to get out anyway. Do you understand there's a group of people trying to destroy all of my income and my business, and the more information that comes out in court about that gives them more ways. For example, one of the things that I shared today in the deposition is one of the ways that they destroyed my whatnot auctions last week. And now if that gets out, now they know what to do yet again to destroy more income. Now that business is thriving right now.
That's awful too. I mean, that is a good point there, you know, and this is the suck thing about it. There are certain things that really don't need to be out there, you know. At the same time, what Deuce and the gang, they are trying to do is they're trying to shield themselves from embarrassment. Jeremy's not saying, I don't want stuff to come out because I'm embarrassed. He's saying, I don't want people trying to put out private information, ruin business contracts, business dealings. That's understandable. The embarrassment part, fuck them. Who cares? And he hasn't tried. I mean, a person who lives on the mic You embarrass yourself plenty. I know that from experience.
Yeah.
That's what
We
people
could
need to
call it the
understand.
no-nos. The no-nos would be funny too.
We could have categories: the no's and the no-nos. Oh my God, so much fun. Oh, this could be good.
Now, and in its infancy, it is going to be a very successful business, and that's year one. You destroy that income, and now you multiply that by year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7, year 8, year 9, year 10, and that's what they're being held liable for, the destruction. And we're talking millions, not just millions, potentially tens of millions of dollars just in one business, not even to mention the others that they've destroyed. Okay.
Wow.
So we get to a point to where.
Do you think they can conceptualize the amount of money that he's talking about?
No, they've never even thought about that kind of money in their whole lives. These are people who scrounge for $13,000. That's a lot of money to them. The idea of tens of millions of dollars extrapolated over the years he would have earned and now can't because they've interfered. Yeah, they're not seeing this properly.
So dumb, man.
Yeah, they're really stupid. Like, it's really dumb. You start messing with a man's income, a man who makes a lot of money and now is not going to make some money because of this. And that money is going to be extrapolated and added up over the years that he will have lost it. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but this is some shit you do not want to be involved in. Nope, nope, nope.
Oh my God. I just hear these numbers that are said. I don't think I can conceptualize some of the numbers myself, just to be honest. I've never seen money at that level. And
me either. It was hard for me to understand Johnny Depp's losses, but it was like, oh my God, 400 million there, 500 million there. Like, his losses were unbelievable.
Oh my God, this blue bucket thing. I called it the Slammies Blue Bucket Awards.
So apparently the WWE owns the Slammies.
Damn it. Damn you.
They have the copyright.
Oh man. Well, there goes that idea.
I still want to see your trophy.
Yeah, well, I'll show you that one. I thought it was funny. Actually, I haven't gotten the trophy right. I'll send it over. And then
all right.
He finally says, listen, court reporters here, we're going to go in. This was the craziest thing. I didn't even think the magistrate was going to be there for the entire thing. I thought, yeah, we're going to be at the federal court. We'll be set in a room. And if needed, we'll go get him. He goes, you're going to be in my courtroom.
Oh,
Jeremy,
boy.
You're going to be in the witness stand. Deuce, you're going to come up to the podium. And he goes, I'm going to hear everything. I'm going to be there for everything. He goes, but I better not be needed for anything.
Oh, wow.
He goes, I am a potted plant. And if I'm not,
he literally babysat.
Well, he
man
was needed quite a few times, which we'll get to that.
Isn't that wild to have a lawyer needing babysitting
during a deposition? It's unheard of for a federal judge to call you into his courtroom to do your deposition in his courtroom while he sits there and watches you and judges you. I mean, come on.
I would be horrified by that idea because that's a statement.
Yeah, Bruce ought to be horrified. He ought to be embarrassed. The whole reason why this had to happen was because of him.
I would have to work more on the blue bucket and stuff, but I like the idea of like a blue bucket trophy or a trophy like that.
I like that one.
The Slammy blue buckets.
I like that one.
I just would call them whatever the blue buckets, but do an award show. But I like the idea of again, I need to go in and refine that more. But
I like the idea of it for sure.
I love the idea itself. Okay, give me a second. I'm looking.
Jay says the Slimies.
The Slimies. The Shammies.
The Shammies. I like the Shammies.
I do too. I like the Shammies.
Write that down.
I'm writing it down. The Shammies. Let me change that L. Shammies.
The Defamies. The Defamies.
The Defamies.
The Defamies. That's so funny.
That's good. The defamies. I like that.
The scammies, also good.
The defamies.
The
Oh,
slummies. The
oh my God.
shysters.
We could have so much fun with this.
The tuggies. No, I am
No.
vetoing that. No.
Yeah. I actually don't want any name anyway, like myself or, we should.
Yeah.
It is not us. It is something that is put on and the audience votes. We are just going to be hosting the show.
Yes.
We may have opinions on who should win, but we don't vote. Okay. That's going to be part of that. We will not control the vote. You will control the vote.
Audience, totally audience
100%
driven.
audience. See, I love that idea. All right.
To that. Now, he also, before we got in there, he gave wisdom to the attorneys. He said, listen, I've read this amended complaint where Deuce is being added in as a defendant. And he goes, when this is all gone, when Jeremy Hales is gone, when Lynette Preston is gone, when Crook is gone, Lynette and Crook are gone, and Jeremy's gone, he goes, you guys are still attorneys. You are officers of the court. And there's a standard that you must uphold. And he goes, you're not. It ain't happening. And he goes, this is complicating things, adding more people to the actual case. And Randy goes, well, did you read it? He goes, no, I haven't read it yet. And he goes, well, when you read it, you'll understand it. And he was reprimanding Randy, going, are you sure this is the direction you want to go? Like, you are supposed to be professional officers of the court. And Randy goes, when you read it, you're going to understand why he's added. And
Indeed.
so it was it was interesting. It was interesting.
Well, that's interesting too, because the judge is looking at it and saying this better not be a grudge match between all of you, just petty vindictiveness. And it's not. When you look at it and you actually look at all of the proof, it is much worse. You have somebody, in my opinion, when I look over it, it's somebody that is coordinating collusion between lots of folks to destroy me.
And also, I think it's going to be important that this is not a Florida lawyer that Randy has a history with. There is no history with this lawyer. He's a carpetbagger from another state, and they have evidence that he solicited, which is not allowed, but he solicited Lynette for
It's
this
so
case.
weird to hear somebody from where you're from saying carpetbagger to me. It's so strange.
Well, I know how to use my terms correctly.
It's true. I'm just like, whoa, he really is a carpetbagger.
Well, he is. That's what they call him when some attorney from another state comes in. And this is not somebody Randy has a history with. There's not going to be any history of anything between them. I think that the judge will see very clearly what has happened here.
Oh man, we haven't even had the opportunity to bring up. He's just had a tiny taste of some of the letters that have been written. When you're looking at the defamatory statements that have been made by Bruce too. One of the things people should keep in mind is like the letter to Dave Neal. That's recent. That's very recent.
Oh my God, he's still doing it. Like he's still doing. It's very recent, and he sent one to another lawyer that I know too, recently. So the shamefuls.
I really liked the defamies. I really
the
do.
shamies. I like the shamies though. Shame. Where's my bell?
Shame.
The shamies.
Shame.
They could be the shame and the chamois. Yeah,
yes.
You could call them the shame.
Putting the shame in the chamois. Yeah, the chamois is funny.
Like I said, I like the defamies too.
Defamies.
Yeah, that's awesome with the Grammys. Oh.
I start a comment up here that has to be a category. It said best unintentional comedy performance by a lawyer. You got to write that down as a category. That has to stay. Unintentional comedy by a lawyer. Best performance. Oh, so good.
Oh, see, can. This could be amazing. We could turn this into a yearly, bi-yearly. I mean, again, you could have we could do quarterly awards and then do the best of year. That way you don't forget at the end of the year, everything that's happened. I mean,
right. What you do is you get the nominations throughout the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have nominations for each category quarterly. And then by the end of the year, then they vote on the ones who are nominated. Could be great.
It's gonna be epic. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm telling you.
We're doing it.
We are.
Well, I'll share this as well. Remember, there was a lot, and I didn't even have a pen and pencil, so I wish it was all filmed because I need it for accountability purposes. I need it for safeguarding all the information and what happened. But so where was I going? So we get into the actual courtroom, and the court reporter's there, and I go up on stand. They do provide me a bottle of water. I do ask them a question. I said, I brought 2 bottles of water. I'm going to be speaking for hours. Deuce is given 2 hours to depose me because he cut my deposition short. And then Randy's given 1 hour to cross-examine me. And Randy clearly states, he goes, I'm not going to cross-examine. I don't need to. We already know the case. And so Deuce is given 2 hours, and he's like, well, can I go? Can I do this? Can I do? And the magistrate is shutting him down, literally shutting him down on everything. You can tell that this magistrate is very frustrated with Deuce, with his behavior, with his filings, I'll get more into the behavior because he purely addresses it with his behavior with Randy and at the very end. So we go into the courtroom. I finally have my tie off. We go into the courtroom. I'm put up on the stand, and Deuce he emailed all the exhibits, which are our exhibits. I mean, he's literally asking me questions about our own exhibits, and he has them all numbered, not very well, but he does. And I have a packet, and Randy has a packet, and Deuce has a packet, and the magistrate goes, listen, I'm going to sit right here. And one of the things the magistrate said beforehand is, listen, I feel like these are the things I say to my children. And I'm sitting there going, because he's acting like a child. I'm referring to Deuce. A lack of professionalism, lack of knowledge of how the system even goes. His mouth just keeps running and running, as much as his nose, just wiping and wiping. Now, I will say, at no time did I see Deuce shaking back and forth this time. So that was interesting, that he was not shaking back and forth. He was actually standing up at a podium. Now, it doesn't mean that he actually could communicate in clear sentences by any stretch of the imagination. And the magistrate and myself called him out on that multiple times. But it was just wiping of the nose, constant wiping of the nose, constant. And that was concerning, to say the least. But I'm in there, okay? I'm in there, court reporter's in there, Randy's in there, Deuce is in there, and the whole deal. And the magistrate, again, after over an hour of laying down the ground rules and trying to be polite, and then putting Deuce in his place, overall being fair, speaking to all of us, but it's all because of Deuce, putting him in his place for interrupting him constantly pre-deposition. Oh my goodness. I'm just sitting there going, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this is a person with a law degree.
I don't understand why you would do that. Why make a judge mad at you? A judge that's already frustrated. You know he's frustrated. We read the document, and no matter what spin these people try to put on it, he is frustrated when he's telling you not to instigate, not to go after this guy, and not to ask questions that have nothing to do with this stuff. He is calling you out 100%. And for you to go in there and not be like, yes, sir, I understand you, sir. May I grovel at your feet, sir? For you not to do that. Oh,
risky. God. Very risky.
Not surprised by it, though. I'm actually, it's very strange feeling when I'm not surprised by it.
I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. Okay, so Deuce is asking me questions about our exhibits, and can you authenticate these? Well, yeah, I screenshot them, or George screenshot them, or at one point I said, well, maybe Deanna screenshotted some of them. I know Deanna screenshotted some things, but George, for the vast vast majority, she has been the keeper of all the records as part of her job description of everything for court. She has it all in files and folders, and we're talking thousands upon thousands upon thousands of screenshots and videos and recordings, and you know, everybody's got a folder, whether it's Lynette, Crook, Deuce, and the list goes on and on. And so everything they've said that then they delete, well, the metadata is all still there. So my constant answer is, yeah, we can authenticate it. We know who saw it. I saw it. She saw it. And the metadata is all still there. Doesn't matter that Lynette deleted the pages. The metadata is all there. We can pull it right back up. Once it's on the internet, it's there for good. It's always there.
It is weird that they think that they can do something. Then they like to call people dirty deleters. That was the thing they threw at Shara. And yet they seem to think when they delete something, somehow there's no ramification. First of all, you know, that's not going to have any kind of blowback, but also that there's no way to go back and prove that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Strange to me.
They think
strange, like nobody's been. True. You know, the smartest thing would have been, and again, it's too late for this, but the smartest thing when it was all coming up is not to type it in the first place. Like, that would have been the real smart way to go. But when it's up there, I mean, own it. Holy shit. But some of that stuff, I understand why they don't want to own it, because it shows guilt, bad stuff. Those threats from John Cook in Messages, for example. Lord, I mean, you get his mindset. You can see what he thinks, what he wants to do, and what he's threatening to do. Anyway.
And it got to the point where I couldn't take, I mean, Deuce would ask me a question, and it wasn't even a question. I would be like, I don't even understand your question. And then I'd say, can you rephrase the question? So I'd rephrase the question and start to answer, and he interrupted me. And I'd be like, would you please stop interrupting me? To the magistrate told him, stop interrupting him. You asked him a question. Let him answer the question. And then Deuce goes, but magistrate, it's a yes or no question. And he goes, you asked an open-ended question. You're going to get an open-ended answer.
Why ask open-ended questions? That's like lawyerism 101. Don't ask.
He clearly didn't do well in that. I don't know. Like, he didn't practice enough with asking questions. We saw it in the deposition. We saw all those questions that he asked. They weren't even questions. They were just statements, and it allowed Jeremy to just go off. You know, it allowed him to just go on with a 5-minute response. Oh, yeah, how did she ruin my life? Let me count the ways.
Yeah,
don't ask questions like that.
Yeah, you don't ask, hey, what do you think about blah, blah, blah? You know, again, yes or no questions.
Yeah, you don't say, how did my client ruin your life? Because that opens up an entire, field of answers. And if you want to get, you're just trying to drill down, right? You want to say, how much money did you lose in this contract? And you're looking for a number, right? No, just give me a number. Did you lose X contract? Yes or no? Mm-hmm. Did you lose B contract? Yes or no? Those are yes or no questions. But it's just open-ended, tell me about this situation, how do about the signs or whatever. That's just, you're asking for the witness to just run all over you.
Well, and to be fair, we've seen how they're trying to defend this anyway. The signs, for example, their whole defense was, oh, well, we don't think enough people saw it. That's essentially the defense.
Yeah, there were only 6.5 cars that would have driven by in the hour of, it was only 45 minutes on the busiest expressway in the area of Florida.
Even with if you went yes or no, did anyone see the signs? Yes. That we have 3 confirmed that he kept, and then he kept going with besides those 3, that wasn't enough. Well, you've just proven that people saw it. So why would you even go down this line? Oh my God. I don't know. When I see it, I feel like I'm embarrassed for him sometimes. Maybe that's the best answer, because it's embarrassing.
And he goes, but he's trying to filibuster and he's just trying to take up all my time. And then you got the court reporter going, Jeremy, speak slower. And I go, well, Deuce is telling me to speak faster because I'm filibustering right now. And the magistrate's going, I just want to be a potted plant, not babysit. And the magistrate is literally babysitting Deuce, telling him to stop interrupting me, telling him to let me answer the question he asked. It is not what you see on TV or movies in regards to courtroom settings at all. I mean, it's literally is babysitting. The magistrate is literally babysitting, and the person he's babysitting is Deuce. And it was odd. It was odd. So Deuce asked me questions about all these exhibits. Okay, so we got all these exhibits. We have all these exhibits. These are our exhibits, but he did add some. Okay, he added some, which I have every right to share with. He added transcripts from one of my videos, and this is interesting. He says, our haters can't stop talking about, this is me from a live stream, May 21st, 2023. Our haters can't stop talking about us even when they have legal documentations in their hand. Okay, so then he adds another one from a live stream, which, by the way, AI transcripts are not reliable. Another one, this is December 8th. This was recent, me talking about the magistrate. So Deuce at the end, he asked for, can I have 5 more minutes? And the magistrate goes, fine, 5 more minutes, because he wants to add this in from the Exhibit 101 from my December 8th live stream, which says, guess what the magistrate, this is the transcripts. These transcripts are wrong, but the context is there. Now you know what I'm going to do. Share yet. I apologize. I went down a road and that wasn't fair. Well, I will share this. The magistrate is well aware. The magistrate told us to file a motion against him for sanctions from the magistrate's own mouth. File a motion to get the sanctions. He will bring him here to Pensacola and he will rule on it and all these things that he's done. The magistrate isn't pulling any punches. He will, Lynette and Crook will have to be in Pensacola. Okay, so these are horrible transcripts. First of all, if he's going to put in an exhibit in court, you might want to actually get the real words that I said. And the magistrate even refers to it. And he goes, yeah, that happened during Char's deposition. And he goes, but he goes, it wasn't me that emailed. He goes, it was my law
clerk,
helper, aide, something. There was an official term. So even the magistrate, Deuce is trying to put this in front of the magistrate. And,
the judicial
and
assistant,
go, yeah,
or the clerk.
You know, during lunch in Char's deposition, the magistrate emailed. And the magistrate goes, yeah, that's what's happened. I was in an all-day hearing. So what?
That's amazing because that's been one of their talking points lately. Oh my God, look at this. This is going to be a weapon. I mean, they have. It's amazing. You can also see clearly the narrative that it's being passed down because we're finding out that was actually utilized as an exhibit. You know, that was all over the hater channels as a talking point.
Yeah, as if him talking about what happened to him in court is somehow something that a judge would be upset about. They're used to Craig DeThomasis. Craig DeThomasis is a bad judge. Okay. Craig DeThomasis is a very bad judge who behaved in a ridiculous way. Most judges do not behave that way. So you show that transcript to a normal judge and they go, so what? That happened.
And you're allowed to talk about it. But, you know, they weren't even just saying, oh, my God, he talked about it. They were saying, oh, my God, that's all a lie. So isn't that fascinating? Judge is like, yeah, actually, no, that's not a lie. Whoops. I guess, what is that?
And making the mistake that the magistrate sent it versus the magistrate's legal assistant or the judge's assistant, that's a non sequitur. The two are the same. If you're getting an email from the clerk, the judge's clerk or the assistant, you're getting an email from the magistrate. Those emails don't go out without the magistrate's authority.
Well, that's just like saying, hey, Jeremy filed in court documents. Well, technically, Jeremy didn't file that, but who is his mouth in that? You know, who actually does everything for him? His lawyer. So that is Jeremy. I mean, again, we all understand that that's correct, but they like to play these games.
They like to play these games, these semantic games, and like this is not a game that's gonna work. Like when I apply to the court for media access, I address the court as in the judge, dear judge, Mata or whoever, I would like to come into court as a member of the media. And the judge's assistant emails me back. But when I get the instructions from the judge's assistant, I don't say, well, the court didn't tell me that. It was just the assistant. No. That came from the judge. That's from the court. You better follow those rules because those are the judge's rules. Just because you got it from the assistant doesn't mean that it's not from the court. I know for a fact she reviewed my email and then told her assistant what to respond.
So ridiculous, man. All of it. But that's really what their quote unquote evidence has become. It's become a series of gotchas if they can find anything at all, or there's no evidence whatsoever. They just make crazy, preposterous claims.
So what? So Deuce trying to put at the very end, I got him. And the magistrate's going, that's exactly what happened. Again, all their lies being debunked over and over and over again. All right. So Deuce cuts the magistrate. We could get into this whole deposition where Deuce can't ask a real question about anything. He's literally showing all of my exhibits and asking me questions. How many people can you confirm saw the signs? Well, we know Zim Pageant, Therese Granger, Brett Granger. And the question for the jury is, who else saw the signs? Well, lots of people saw them. Now, have they come forward yet? No. But that doesn't mean people aren't going to come forward that saw the actual signs. And the fact that the things that were written on those signs are so horrific. If one person saw them, whether it was just Therese or Brett or Zim or anybody, could have been anybody, that's horrific enough. It's horrible. Absolutely disgusting and horrible. And we absolutely know with 100% certainty that Lynette wrote half of them. Now, it didn't even come up with their fake handwriting expert, which you've heard nothing about in this federal court case, have you? The PR smear, which you did hear quite a bit about the PR smear. Oh, it was funny that he even brought in Angela Gleason and tried to throw Angela Gleason under the bus in the deposition. He tried to throw stupid Dave under the bus in the deposition, trying to claim that stupid Dave is a mole, Angela Gleason is a mole. Who else did he throw under the bus? He was trying to sort out who the moles are. Everybody giving us information.
That's all they care about.
And because we have evidence.
Hey, by the way, Bruce, if you watch my song that came up, you do have a mole. You have a big mole, by the way. Yes, that's right. Someone you don't know, someone that you trust. Isn't that scary? I kind of love noting that. I told them that I was going to note that, and they were like, well, that's okay. So
you're desperate to find out who the moles are.
Well, you definitely have moles in your inner circle. And that, to me, is hilarious because you're out there witch hunting and hoping you get the right person. And even if you get the right person, I'll never tell you who it is.
He'll never guess.
You'll never guess. I just love it. I love like dangling that out there. Ooh. And, if people are providing information to a jury, I don't know who that is, but I do know it's some pretty fascinating things to yours truly. Anyway, continue.
Evidence from those individuals and comments they've made. And he was trying his best to figure out who was it, who did it, who is it. And he is literally throwing stupid Dave under the bus. He's throwing Angela Gleason under the bus. And nobody else. And I find it odd, and he only had 2 hours, so I'm sure he would have gone on more and more, but I find it odd that he's fixated on those two individuals when he's been demanding a list of moles. If you remember from deposition number 1, he's been demanding a list of moles, which I started naming my moles and my freckles from deposition number 1. So he's trying to sort out, is it Angela Gleason or is it Stupid Dave? And all of those who are going, who's Angela Gleason? Who's Stupid Dave? Do not ask in the comments in this video. We will not be promoting any of them for anything, and nobody answer those questions. And don't put links to anything either. Why would you do that to promote these fools who are trying to destroy our lives?
Indeed.
I don't care that you don't know. You don't need to know. All you need to know is that Deuce is trying to throw them under the bus and see if they're moles or not. which is rather interesting. You see that whole what the hales ecosystem is crumbling. Okay. So we get to the very end of the deposition, which most of the time I can't even understand.
By the way, I do think they have a lot of cracks in that because they're looking at actual liability for what they're doing. And when they get to that point, the rats, they start to scramble. I do. It happens every single time. So, I mean, you are saying that. I 100% agree with Jeremy on that. You see that ecosystem, it's falling apart. It is 100%. That's why they've been trying to glue people in, saying, "Oh, well, you can't actually talk about that. That was privileged information."
God,
I love it.
Question that he's asking, and Randy is opposing and objecting. But keep in mind, when Randy's objecting, the magistrate is not ruling on that objection. He's just babysitting, and that's literally what he's doing. He's babysitting the deposition in the court. That's it. And that's all he wants to do. He wants to be a potted plant. He's working on other things. Other people are in his courtroom working on other things as well. And yet he has to keep stopping Bruce and telling him to ask. Well, here's the other thing. Before going in, he lit into Deuce. He lit into him in regards to, he goes, you know what? I read the entire deposition. He goes, the first third was fine. And then the 2/3 afterwards, what were you doing? There will be none of that. None of that. He goes, the only thing that we will be discussing is that your clients have defamed Mr. Hales and his allegations of their defamation and extortion. That is the only thing you will be asking questions about today.
Oh, boy.
Do you understand? And he ripped into him for that. Now, he also more politely told me, Jeremy, you have to answer the questions. He goes, if you don't answer the questions, I have to dismiss the case. You have to answer the questions. And that's where I got to the point of going, listen, confidentiality, they're destroying my income. And that's where he said, well, we're going to file for a restraining order on him. And I went, all right, great, let's go for it. So I did answer some questions about income, about destruction of business. And at the end of all of this, which I find very, very interesting, the magistrate cuts Deuce off. Deuce is trying to get all the questions in now, which none of us can even understand his questions. I'm literally looking at the security guard, and I look over at him, and the security guard looks at me, and he's like, and then I'm looking at the magistrate, and the magistrate's like, and Randy's going, and I'm sitting there going, can you ask a simple, concise question? Like, this guy cannot communicate. How did he get to be a lawyer? Oh, wait, that's right. It's a law. LOL. You're okay. Right. So we get to the end, and the magistrate cuts him off and says, you're done. You're done asking questions. And Randy goes, no, we're not going to ask any questions. And then the magistrate asks, all right, how many more depots do you got? And Deuce goes, none. He goes, as of right now, I'm not committing to any. He goes, because I think after today's deposition, this is all going to be dismissed. And the magistrate's giving him a look like,
what? So that's the game plan. The game plan is banking everything on one
so he's not going to depose the Grangers. He's not going to depose Zim. He's not going to depose the people who allegedly saw the signs. Really? Wait, you think that would be your go-to depots, because you have to prove that your client didn't write those signs. So you need to find a hole in their stories. You need to depose them. I'm sorry, I don't need to be giving him tips or anything, but
oh man,
what?
I mean, you're not giving tips though. This is just basic shit. I mean, anybody that's watched Matlock would understand this. Come on.
You have to depose the witnesses. You have witnesses who saw the signs. Get their stories.
Lord.
And then you poke holes in them because their stories will differ because they were different people and they saw different things. And then you just try to, sow some doubt in there and poke holes.
Wasn't he also, weren't they all making threats about how they were somehow in some way, I don't even understand how they were going to do this, but weren't they threatening to drag us all in and try to say that we were somehow...
Why, yes, they were.
It was like, really, that's pretty fascinating. Because I think I would know about any of that happening. There's never been any proof whatsoever of any of that bullshit. But they said they were going to drag us in. they're going to do that. I guess that was all bullshit too, huh?
Oh, they've said we should get lawyers. We should be very scared, Tug. We need lawyers.
I'm telling you, you dumb fucks. You make me get a lawyer. I'm going to crowdfund that shit, and I'm going to come up. You guys have whined and complained. Jeremy said he's going to buy. I'm going to come after every penny you ever thought of making. Ever. I will countersue the shit out of you because I've covered this. I've dealt with your dumb shit. I've dealt with your dumb shit trying to go into my real life. That'd be at another level. You make me actually put effort into going in and doing that. And I will countersue the shit out of you. And I will get the best lawyer that I can find. It won't be some gravy train hopping mac and cheese fucking busting fool. It'll be an actual freaking lawyer. Oh, man.
Yep.
Fucking moron.
We know a few. We know a few.
Oh, yeah. We know some really good ones. Like, you should look up, like, when you look up that word law tube, again, you should look up some of the lawyers and what they've done that are friendly. I mean, again, some of them are good friends.
Some of them are in my phone right now.
Yeah, and some of them would just, I mean, they'd probably drop elbows just because.
Just for fun on this one.
Yeah.
Ron Coleman's always looking for something to do. Robert Barnes is usually looking for a First Amendment case too. There's a lot of lawyers. We know a lot of lawyers. It's funny that they say things like they better get a lawyer. Like, have you seen my friends list? I don't know. Like, I don't really need to call lawyers. They're just there. Like, sure. we know a lot of them.
Have you ever seen any of the guest spots on the show?
Right. Right. It's just a weird thing. I hope they know some lawyers. Like, I don't know. Have you not heard about us? You don't know us.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I guess you don't know us. I know a few.
I love that. I just the threats there. Like I said, I promise you, just like I promised other things, I promise you come after me that way and you waste my time, because that's going to be a waste of my time. Not really. I mean, honestly, I'll turn it into content. I will, and I'll grow off of it. It'll be the one thing you don't want to happen, because then people will talk about that. And when people ask me, hey, what's this about? I will say, see Depo Lynette Preston. And that, oh my God, you get that on a giant channel out there, one of these monster channels. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And then he asked Randy, how many more do you have? And he goes, oh, we've got 7 plus Lynette and Crook. And he goes, they're going to be at the very end per the normal process, which Deuce knows nothing about. And he goes on to say, listen, this wasn't too bad today. This is what I would expect in a normal deposition. Deuce literally starts interrupting him. No. And he goes off on Deuce. I mean, literally goes off on Deuce. Goes off and he goes, you know what? I wasn't going to have anybody else come here for the depositions, but now maybe I think I'm going to, because you obviously are proving that this can't be done professionally. And then he starts attacking Deuce for not communicating with Randy, for refusing to talk to Randy's assistant. And it just, the list went on. And he's going off on Deuce. And Randy and I are kind of like, whoa. And then Deuce.
By the way, Deuce has proven this too. If when the haters talk about that, oh, he's communicated. Really, I seem to remember a motion where he talked about hanging up on the other lawyer when he tried to communicate with him, and the back and forth that he put in his own motion, talking about how hey, you were yelling at me, counsel. I couldn't understand anything, but I did catch these few words before you hung up on me. I was trying to tell you what's going on.
Literally is trying to interrupt him as he's getting a spanking, and the magistrate is literally saying, "This are conversations I have to have with my children. Like,
no.
You are supposed to be professional officials of the court. What's the problem here? You are going to communicate with it." And his temperature and his frustration level went up, and it wasn't with me or Randy, it was with Deuce. And so after he's trying to say no more depositions are going to happen here, and Deuce, so Deuce starts talking about Lynette's deposition in civil court, and the magistrate acknowledges that, and then Deuce goes, "That's because of Randy. It wasn't her." And that's when the magistrate goes off on him. He goes, "Are you going to have these side comments on everything? Because that's what's happened so far." And so keep in mind, earlier, he was already threatened to be jailed. Literally, if he did not conduct himself in a professional manner, that the magistrate was going to have the marshal come and lock him up. Those are the magistrate's exact words after Deuce interrupted him before. And now the magistrate saying, maybe I will bring all depositions right here to federal court, which means Deuce has to fly to every single one of them, which means Deuce has to continue to come back to Florida, which means Lynette and Crook have to come to Pensacola. Now, for me, at the hourly rate, that's 5 hours driving, 10 hours, plus we were in there for 4 hours now. I'm paying 14 hours for my lawyer and fees associated with that. So you're looking at just under $5,000 for today. Now, for me in my business, it's getting much more difficult to care for all of these fees, which is why I have to immediately get back to Florida and run an auction, which I went in detail how they have destroyed parts of my auction income this past week, which I'm not going to divulge right now, but it obviously is going to be a part of the courts. Okay. How foolish do you have to be coming from Massachusetts, wiping your face the entire time? Already told you're going to be locked up if you don't behave, and then keep interrupting the magistrate in a federal court who told you he's going to get a court martial come over and remove you and lock you up. And the magistrate is going, I don't think we need to do this anymore. And then Deuce interrupts and he goes, "No, I think I'm changing my mind now." Mind blowing. Now, the magistrate did look at me and, "You good, Mr. Hale?" "Yep, everything's good." And he did say, "Hey, thank you for answering all the questions." And he went into this, the magistrate went into this, which I thought was very applicable. He said, "Listen, I don't know why we have so many problems with civil lawyers versus we have all these huge criminal cases here." And I think it was criminal. I think it is. And I may be wrong on that. Civil versus whatever else. He goes, what I think it is the attorneys who show up for the non-civil cases here, they get a blanket fee. This is what they're getting paid for, and they all work together. And yet in the civil world, you get to charge per hour and you make mountains out of molehills. And he goes, "I don't think that's right." And he goes, "For you, Mr. Hales, I don't think that's right. That, you get another motion and another filing. This is costing you so much money." Well, this is costing me so much money because of them. And he's going on stating that Deuce is going to work with Randy respectfully and professionally. And he's going off on Deuce. He's not going off on Randy. And while we're all in there hearing it, and he's going, why is it? Why is there this babysitting? "These are the words I say to my kids." This is a direct quote from the magistrate. "These are the words I say to my kids." And I'm sitting there going, "Yep, you're babysitting this dude, Deuce." It was insane. And he goes, I don't know why civil lawyers can't get along. He goes, "But I might just make you both go and have a meal together. I might have a meal."
No, in order to have lunch. Shut up! I'm yelling. I'm screaming right now. My kids are asleep. I shouldn't be screaming. Shut up!
Hello. Everybody heard me laughing. I was laughing earlier, but my God.
Oh my God! If there is a motion to make them go to an order for attorneys to lunch, I will die laughing. This judge better not order these two to lunch. Motion for lunch. Oh Jesus, he's going to compel lunch.
That's amazing.
How is this happening that the Owens case and this case are so intertwined and overlapping?
Yes, if anybody missed that portion of the Owens case, that was one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen. You have a lawyer.
The motion to compel lunch.
Yes, he tried to compel. One lawyer tries to compel opposing counsel to have lunch with them. And it was the funniest freaking thing I have ever heard. I was like, "You have got to be kidding me." And now here, if that happens, oh my God, Poor Randy too.
Oh man.
Randy, maybe somebody will give him a gimp mask or something. I hear they come with mouth zippers, so maybe Bruce will come with one. Maybe you won't have to listen to it. He'll just unzip to take a bite. Zip it back. Oh, Lord.
Now, I wonder, why can't Randy get along with Deuce? Well, Deuce isn't in control. He thinks he has to be in control of anything. Oh, you have to schedule this call. I won't take this call. He's recording illegally. My opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I won't do this. I won't communicate. You know, Deuce has said he won't communicate with Emma, the assistant. He won't do this. He won't. Obviously, he has an issue with females. Obviously, he has an issue with Randy. Obviously, he has an issue with everybody. We've seen all the cussing, the swearing, the video now, the bribing of $100 to Landon for video, the insanity of it all. The magistrate puts the smack down on him for sure. And he sits there and he gives this analogy. He goes, you know, I can have one lawyer come in here, like just happened, and Randy would say, the sky's blue today. And the other lawyer, the opposer, would go, no, it's periwinkle. And they go, I want a motion. I want a judgment on it. Speaking about
dismissed.
Deuce, this is going to stop right now. Immediately. He's not happy with Deuce. I can guarantee you he's not happy with Deuce. Let me put it this way. His level of unhappiness, level of unhappiness with me is right here. His levelness of unhappiness with Randy is right here. His levelness of unhappiness with Deuce, it's way above. You can't see it. Okay? And he literally told Deuce, he said, you can think anything you want. Don't say it.
Oh, man.
And I'm sitting there going, I like this guy. This guy reminds me. As a matter of fact,
that is a problem, though. It seems like with with old Brucey, everything that he thinks comes out of his mouth.
Yeah,
I do think that he has a control issue too. I mean, when you look at
sure.
That, it's amazing to hear. Oh, I'm almost done here.
Funny thing is I'm literally looking at him. I'm going, he has my facial features. The thinner, younger Jeremy, that's me. He has my haircut. He has my facial features. He has my morals, my standards, my values. If I were a judge, that's what I would want to be. And we're going to find out. Is he going to bring Lynette and Crook? Is he going to bring every other deposition into the federal courthouse that I just left because of Deuce? Remember, when you hire a lawyer, you get what you paid for.
True.
And what Deuce is doing to Lynette and Crook isn't helping. Not one little bit.
That's true. That is true. You do get what you pay for. And those clients, I have this sneaky suspicion that sooner or later they will turn on him.
Yep.
That's going to be epic to watch. Oh,
it is going to be epic.
All right. I'm going to hit some supers.
I can't wait.
You chilling for supers or?
I will for a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll stick around for a few.
Okay. There. Hey, kicking it off. Thank you for 5 gifted memberships. What a way to kick it off, by the way. Thank you very much on that. Appreciate it.
Very nice.
Green Veggie Beast, thanks for the 10 there. Megan needs broomstick money.
Hey, October's over. The hell? What are you saying
before Christmas,
exactly?
Man. Just watch that.
Stick money.
Joe, thank you for that $20 super sticker. Thank you very much for that. I saw that roll in. Appreciate you. BK, thanks for the 5. I would pay extra just to see Deuce go to jail. I pray that the rest of the depots happen with the judge watching Deuce foreskin. Like it would definitely make things flow better. The only thing that I hate is, again, what Jeremy said. Look at the cost every time that they have to appear in person. Look at he
had to get a hotel. Jeremy had to stay overnight in Pensacola. It's not like he has a place there.
Yeah, I mean, $5,000 to pop a lawyer. I mean, that stuff
is so
insanely expensive.
Bruce should just be able to behave himself and do a deposition like a normal person.
Yeah, he should be a professional. I know. Sticker widget. Thanks for the 2 there. Megalodon's foe. Now with 150% more irritation.
Yep. God, that joke would have made Jeff laugh so hard.
I see so many of them there, man. Oh, man. Props to Jeff, man.
I would have loved to have heard Jeff's reaction to that woman going, I really found you irritating, but Jeff made you less irritating.
I would have loved to hear his reaction to a potential motion for lunch.
I know. Can you imagine?
Oh
There's
God.
so much. How about just even letting him react to that video of your DA shooting at people on the street?
Oh my God. See.
Oh.
Yeah. Then, man, that would have been a good one for our cigar time.
I know. I'm so annoyed. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, chat. I'm like jumpy. Those of you like what was in the chat earlier with Jeff's avatar, and it made me jump out of my skin a couple of times. Like, because I trained myself to see Jeff's avatar in a busy chat because I never want to ignore him, you know? And so now if anybody has that avatar, like it jumps out at me and it made my heart go into my throat.
No, I mean, that's everybody understands that. I mean, again, we that is one of the unfortunate things of doing things live all the time. You know, you're dealing with a very complex, very emotional issue. We all are during that, including people that are watching too. And yeah, I'll see things like that. Man.
So what? I'm not mad at you. It just scared me. I ain't mad at you. I mean, obviously it's a cool picture and people are going to use it. I just have to get used to seeing
more power
it.
to it. I like
and not being Jeff, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I like the reminder of I feel like he's around, you know, and that's good.
Yeah.
It's just got to get used to the new situation, and that's not good. But Wendy, thank you for the fun there. Good evening, Tug. Making it chat. Ready for the fun? Breadstick money. Breadstick money. John, thanks for the 25 months, man. Thank you. There are many other things to cover. You don't mess with Tiffany Inyard. You don't mess with Disney anymore. Stephanopoulos, ABC, Disney recently had to pay Trump $16 million. You're all hells. Yeah, indeed. You know, just like for a while, one case to, you know.
One case to rule them all.
One case to bind them, baby. You know.
Look,
now we actually
this
morning we were covering an old case that Jeff had started reviewing.
That's right. On Thursdays, we are going to be covering the retro trial that Jeff started, which was Massachusetts v. Louise Woodward. It is the killer nanny or falsely accused nanny. We're not sure yet. We don't know how it works out, but Jeff wanted his audience to see it, and he only got through 2 episodes, and so I'm carrying that on Thursdays. Tug was with me this morning, and we did cover some of that. We talked about the Stephanopoulos thing. So if you are wanting to see something that is not Hales related, tune in on Thursdays. On my channel, we'll be doing that on Thursday mornings from 9 a.m. to whenever.
I've been watching the fallout from that Haktua girl. You know, the whole
God, yeah.
You know, she's been missing for 2 weeks. She suddenly went from posting every day and her show and everything to she's like, I'm going to bed when everything came up. Yeah, she hasn't woke up for 2 weeks yet. So I've been watching that one play out. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There is a lot going on. We've also been talking about on our show, you know, where we're having a formalized show of just seeing what's going on, covering all kinds of crazy
headlines.
Yeah. You know, but we're looking at ways to do that. And also,
and now that Tug is fun employed, he'll have more time to turn to other topics on different days. We may have Hale's days, we may have other days, but we just have to figure it out. That's all. Yeah,
it's a flow there. But my personal life and my professional life, all of it is getting to a very good point. So everything, the storms have calmed. Now again, I'm fun employed. So I thought about actually live streaming. I could do a live stream in the day if I ever need to or whatever. I don't know. Work it out as it comes. But thank you, John, too. I hear you, buddy. Amanda, thanks for the 5 there. Watching to keep my mind off my sister. She just had a baby 4 days ago and is now being sent to hospital in Boston due to fluid on her heart. Oh, man. Well, we'll keep you definitely.
The baby or the sister? There. Either one. Just know that teenagers these days are they're really good at these things.
They are. I mean, we had complications baby wise. My oldest daughter, when she was born, she wasn't breathing, and it was a horrible, scary, so frightening. And it set off so many alarms, but they did such a good job with that. And,
it's amazing how resilient little ones are.
Yeah, and then as far as on the other side of that too, caring for mothers. I mean, that's one thing that they do so well especially compared to even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But definitely keep your thoughts, keep your prayers there for sure. I blame Jeremy. I blame him for sure. Whatever this is. Thanks for the 5. Remind me if I move to Tennessee, not to move to your town. Don't move to a county over a little farther. There might be a DA, blazing it out. John, thanks for the 5 there. Just like Barney 5. Gotta nip it in the bud. Nip it in the bud. Indeed. Hey, John, too. Thank you also for the gifted memberships there. And like I said, I hear you, bud. I just one of the things, how I work anyway, but my time had been pulled other ways. Like I said, my personal life, a little bit of that came out, and it was a lot, but right now I can see a lot of time. And like I said, we're talking about award shows and everything else, just having a lot of fun. Like what I want to do is have fun. It doesn't matter what we cover, how serious it is. I want to be able to do it and do it in an enjoyable format. We enjoy, you all enjoy, and it still covers serious stuff. Thank you, John. 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate you, buddy. Rhea Wright, thanks for the 2. Do you think he'll run for re-election? Will he run? Yeah, that DA could run really well.
My God, he could run super good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was fast. I'll give him that one thing.
Whatever his really next job is, he should do it running. He should definitely do it while running.
Yeah. Whatever job he's out there, he should chase it like those criminals, right?
Yep.
Chase that unemployment check like criminals.
Well, he really wanted to be a cop in another life, I think.
He did. I mean, and around here, he is the highest law enforcement, I suppose, due to his title. And I think he took that to heart. He really did. And you just can't go into other counties. It's just nuts. Kathy, thanks for the 2 there. There's not a statement attached, but it is a statement. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Sticky Widget, thanks for the 2. That clip would have gone well with Benny Hill music. I know. That is... that'll be a case I'm covering too. I don't care if that thing gets like 100 clicks on it. That's a local one, and I'm covering it. Marley, thanks for the 10 there. I can't say enough. I can't say it enough with Jeff. Miss him so much. I just want to tell you both I love you. Hey, love return to you, and we know what you're feeling there for sure. We definitely do. Suzanne, thanks for the 10 there. Money on your BFF DA comments. Yeah, we're BFFs. That's true. I'm gonna get him a little necklace. I'm gonna be like, oh man, because we're definitely gonna talk a lot about them. Don, thanks for the 5. That was actually Deuce chasing Jeremy. Answer my question. LOL. Oh, for sure. Hey, John, thanks for the 5 there. We're gonna need a bigger boat. You know what's funny about that? I was going through pictures and seeing what was on StreamYard, and I ran into the Amic cream. There's cream for that. So when you say we need a bigger boat, for sure. I read into that one earlier. That's hilarious there. And do we need you need a shark emoji? Probably need one, like tugging you underwater. Yes, indeed. I like it.
So where's my sound button? There it is.
SF thinks of 5. DA mugshot looks like a perfect canvas for Megan's clown artwork in Microsoft Paint. It doesn't even, I mean, for real, look at that freaking, I do want to pull that over. It doesn't look real. When I first saw it, I was like, is that legit? Did they really? I mean, look at that. Amazing.
I can't believe they put that over his suit.
Well, and then they took his picture from above. It makes him look even smaller. He looks like a goat now. Yeah, I love that. Because there were people that have always said he has little man complex. And now it makes him
They look so tiny in that. His head looks small.
Oh my God. I want to watch that video one more time.
We got to watch it one more
Watch
time.
one more time. Yes. If you missed the beginning of this
By
for
the way,
some reason.
Off Tug, and years later you end up on body cam footage, this is what's going to happen to you. He's going to sit here and make fun of you for a while.
Just really think this is our DA in another county, quote unquote, doing a ride along in his personal vehicle with the police, from what I understand, not knowing that he's doing a ride along. So they were like, "You ride along." So you've got this random guy. I mean, think about this as a police officer. You got this random guy pops out of a car, running down the street, pew-pewing all over the place. And these police are like, "What the?" He's lucky he didn't get taken out.
He is. He's also lucky
there
he
he
didn't
goes.
kill anybody.
You can look at him get out of the vehicle, though. Look, you can see, look, he's getting out of the driver's seat. So that is him driving a vehicle, just the note.
Oh my God. It looked like he appeared out of nowhere.
He does. He's like,
look, did that car hit someone? It did. We missed that first couple
They
times.
tried to run over an officer is what they that's what's going on there. And officers themselves, they're handling the situation. The officers there, he's not helping the situation. He's not in any type of he's not going to be harmed in any way, but he could definitely hurt somebody, because look at him, he's way out of the way.
Oh my God, what an idiot this guy
rolls
is.
up, and you can see him extendo that. He's like pew, 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 and then whoop, let's say, hey, there they went. Woo.
God, he can run.
He can,
I mean,
man.
dude can run.
Look at that. Oh my God, I really hope there's more footage, please. And
you have to get it from the cop.
I'm going to make requests, so you better believe it. This is my backyard. This is my baby right here. I'm having that baby. I am. Ain't nobody talking me out of it.
If you don't turn over the footage, Tug's having the babies.
I just love it. I love it. I love the fact, like I said, I told them, I was like, man, I think a lot of stuff needs to be exposed as far as corruption and everything. You just, you have to wait for the right moment. And this was the right moment.
For sure. All right, I got to jump.
Okay,
it's been fun. You guys take care. See you later.
Yeah, see ya. Have a good one. Mama Bear, thanks for the 5. Great. Now I can get the Benny Hill theme out of my head. Love you guys. We'll miss Jeff. Indeed. Hi. Jeff would have loved that. He would have had so much fun with it. Oh, Joan, thank you for the $20 super sticker as well. Just a minute, my chat froze. Give me 1 minute. I'm unfreezing the chat. I couldn't see you all with it. Oh my gosh. I mean, how can it? One more time. I'm sorry. I have to watch that one more time. These guys here, I can't tell you like how it apparently this is what, instead of handling stuff and returning calls, making contact, doing anything, this is what had been going on there. I mean, it's unreal. Look at that. See, he exits his own vehicle. Well, it's already out, like running toward that vehicle, moving. Boom. They filmed. They're like, okay, well, we got that. All right. I guess it's over. No, it's not over. Let's watch him run down the road. Holy man. See, at first, there were no charges that came in, because no footage at first. And then all of that came up. Oh my, something else there. But Joan, again, thank you for the $20 super sticker. I appreciate it. John Boy, thanks for the 2. Bug is so sweet. You're so lucky to. Yeah, she's a great kid. They're both great kids. It's amazing. It's amazing how that changes you as a person too. People, like adults, like a Jeff, can make you a better person. Kids can make you a better person too. And they definitely have made me a better person. So, for sure, I am lucky. John, thanks for the 2 there. I give dudes 24 hours to break the RO. We will see what happens, won't we? David, thanks for the 10. Tug has been waiting for this moment for all his life. Insert Phil Collins, and then yeah, I can feel it. Yeah, until I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on, I'm telling you. I didn't think I would get a gift like that one, because again, they can't try to silence you on that. They can't say, oh, well, that one right there. No, nope. Elephant, thanks for the 5 for the hat rack. I think that every time Bug comes in, Jaguars jump for joy. That's hilarious. Yeah, she's I don't know. She's just funny and cute. She wanted to show off so badly about that McDonald's card. She's so proud of it. I don't do the fast food like that. Now again, I can't claim healthy food all the time, but I try to give, at least, again, we have pizza pie, we have snacks, but we try to do something that's better. And McDonald's, that's not one. And little kids love McDonald's. They do. They love that unhealthy, disgusting crap. But she's so proud of it because she's basically said, hey, I get to have that now. I think that's funny. Oh, there, thanks for the 2. Need to watch the police clip with Mr. Pancake. Man, I'm thinking about like watching some of the odds and end police chases and stuff just because those are fun. Michael Dean, thanks for the 2. 2:15 in that video shows breaking it. Megan, I'll have to see what that's about. I'm not sure what was that. I'll do like this one. Rugu, thanks for the 2. Said, do they make headphone condoms? Yeah, talking about audio STDs. Ooh, yuck. D, thanks for the new membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for that membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Appreciate you for that. Thank you. Patty, thanks for the 5 there. Merry Christmas to you and the family. Thank you very much with that too. Yes, I am. We're right with it. Tomorrow, by the way, I'm not sure. We probably, again, tomorrow I have a video coming up. It will be really, if you can watch it when it comes up, it will be at 12:15 p.m. That'll be a short form video. And like John was saying, I want to get back into short form because it helps me look at other cases and stuff too. That's one of the things that does that. But I was messing around trying to, number one, I wanted to talk about the Jersey thing, because Bruce tries to cancel Jeremy Hales in court. He tries to so much, and he fails at it. What he ends up doing is, number one, he's showing you that this stuff is for the court of social media. But at the same time, he ends up with questions like that. Not just that specific questions, but questions like that. That's what the judge is getting on to him for. And he's looking at potentially being added to the case while all of this is going on. So, yeah, it's fascinating, doesn't it? So I wanted to, again, make a 9-minute video people would enjoy on that. So make sure 12:15 is Central Time. It's scheduled. It will come up tomorrow. That's right in the middle of the day. Wanda, thanks for the 20 there. Hello, you too. How are you doing? My heart and prayers go out to you for losing your friend. Love y'all. Sorry, Tug. Hey, I appreciate that. Again, love to his family. I don't want to make any of that. It's not really about me. When we talk about it, we do talk about it from our perspective, but it's really about Jeff. It is, because we lost that. I mean, and it really sucks because I feel like I was just getting into the point where we were becoming really good friends. We were going to stream and we're going to do all kinds of stuff. We had been talking for a while, and I considered us friends. We'd gone to good friends, but we were getting to the point we're going to, like, again, this weekend, we were going to do a cigar show. we were going to have fun with that. It was the cigar and beard care for some reason. And we were going to do that. And man, I don't know. Again, hindsight being what it is. Like, man, or should have done it sooner. But you know how life is with that. I hope you're doing good too, Wanda. I hope everything in your life is going good. You're still in my thoughts and prayers too. Mama Bear, thanks for the fun there. Just like they are pointing cannons at us from a joke JH made when he saw a little cannon at the flea market. Yes, indeed. Indeed. I remember that. The stupid cannon thing. Yeah, a little toy cannon. And they were trying to, that's been their quote unquote evidence of anything. It's ridiculous. White Rabbit, thanks for the 5 there. If Disney didn't get away with defamation, what makes these fools think they're safe? Well, indeed. And, you know, it's the type of stuff, they're still engaging in it. And like I was saying before, I don't think some of these people understand a protective order. A protective order doesn't allow you to bring in a spokesperson and continue nasty things. Those people coming in, canvassing neighborhoods, spreading rumors about you, looking for defamatory statements that you can spread, saying, hey, well, I heard this. We're going to show you proof. Never doing anything with that. But canvassing, trying to ruin his reputation there, that is continuing defamation too. You can't have your friends, your family members. You should read a protective order sometimes because they make it very clear. It's not just you. Mistrust Lane, thanks for the 2. Make it spill the tea to breadstick money. Breadstick money. We got that picture. That was awesome, wasn't it? Andy, thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. John, 70 and up there too. Thank you for the 2 there. I appreciate you, John, man. I appreciate the reminders there. By the way, with John, if people don't know John for some reason, he's been here forever. And man, love to you, buddy. Love to you. Love to your missus. You know, you guys have been here forever. And I appreciate you all. I need to look into that peanut story still. I wrote down something again at the new year when the holidays go past. I think that's when a lot of stuff will open up. Sue, thanks for the 2. Add me. Also, Cutting Linguist, thanks for the 2. Let's see it. Okay. Yeah, I have my favorites. Thanks to Give Up the Goods. We had the Silver Leaf. Thanks for the 2 there. Appreciate that one. Also, John was another 2. It was like 70. S. Sean, thanks for the 10. Show the receipts. Pippa, there was no comment on this one. Thanks for the 2 there. Appreciate you on that one too. Got you, son. Thanks for the 2. Y'all, LOL. Love you, buddy. Hey, man. Love you too, bro. The y'all joke has been going on for, how long has that been going on? 2019. so that's funny. Never tell a chat a word that you hate a written form of. No, I think it's funny. Melissa, thanks for the 3 there. Watching from Tasmania. Hey, props there. Props again from the place in Tennessee where DAs chasing around cars. Need to see the photo. Well, asking you shall. Joe, thanks for the 2. Joe Dirt. Yeah, I watched that a couple of weeks back again. That was still funny. I was shocked by it. John, thanks for the 5. 70 again. Thank you, John. Appreciate you, my friend. Suzanne, thanks for the $2 super sticker. Thank you. Appreciate you. Daily Dysfunction, thanks for the 2. Business at the front, party in the back. Oh, yeah, the old mullet style. Indeed, you know. The funniest thing about that, it wasn't just a hairdo thing. It's just the Tiger King analogy. You know, we kept talking about how this is, it reminds us of the Tiger King. Well, again, they put up things that are still public, by the way. These are still public items. And it's fascinating because it reminds me of the Tiger King so much. Monica, thanks for the 5. Good luck. Thank you. Amos Girl, thanks for the 2. I need more. Well, I hope it's been a good one there. Grandma, thanks for the 2. New soap opera, As the Tables Turn. Grifters. Indeed. Thank you. John, also thank you for additional 2. 70. Oh, that's so funny. Bethany, thanks for the 2 there for the receipts. Jada, thanks for the 2. Pecuniary support for Mullins. The funniest thing in pecuniary is that Megan Fox allegedly coming back. Are you back, Megan? I see you pop in. You can add yourself. You're not added. I heard a beep. I don't know if you're trying to add yourself or not. Nope, she disappeared. I think she hit a button. I was like, well, I'm not going to add her because maybe she accidentally hit it. That's so funny, though. Like, she can add herself now. So I heard a beep and I could see your logo come up. I was like, wait a minute, are you trying to add yourself? Because she can add herself to the show. Oh, that's hilarious. Kimmy, thanks for 5 because we all need some laughs. Indeed. Thank you for that. Suzanne, thanks for 5. Count me in. Indeed. And John, thanks for an additional 2. 70. Elfie, thanks for the 5 there. 70 gold. New name, the Ecosystem AT, the League of Nasties. Oh, they definitely act like the League of Nasties, don't they? Rebel Bird, thanks for 5. Alms for the Mog Pick. Alms. I like it. Melanie, thanks for the 2. I can't wait. LMAO. This laugh is for you, Jeff. RIP. Indeed, man. Love to that guy. Always. John, thanks for the 2. 70. Oh, Mama Bear, thanks for the 5. I thought he was wearing his Cleveland Indians hoodie. That would have been funny. You know, he came in dressed like you should. The one thing that you got to always think of court like this. I had a lawyer tell me, you're in the judge's house. You respect their house, right? They have a dress code. It is professional. You respect their house, you know, because ultimately most houses you go into, if you did something terrible, they could probably get you in trouble. But a judge, they have a lot of leeway. They could do a lot. So you go in, you dress like you respect it. And he did. He did. I thought it was interesting. He was talking about how the judge doesn't have problems with discussing it. They shouldn't. They shouldn't at all. You know, the stuff that the Thomases did was absolutely insane. You shouldn't have had somebody coming in and making, blanket qualifications, stifling speech. That shouldn't have happened, but it did. It gives you an idea listening to what one judge we're hearing is saying versus what we saw from another judge. Shieldmate, thanks to. Sorry, Jeff, but I can't do better. Hey. Appreciate you there. Gotcha. Thanks for the 2. Y'all again, Tug. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Frankie, thanks for the 10. The drama keeps coming. Oh, yes, for sure. I mean, it's so insane. Mistrust Loon, thanks for the 2. Show the mullet. Get soup with the breadsticks. Indeed. Thank you. Rider Chick, thanks for the 10. Love you too. Very grateful to be part of your YouTube family. Hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad all of you are here. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I hope you are having the greatest holiday season ever. You make me laugh even when I'm not in the mood to laugh. Thank you both for all you guys do. Yeah, you know, that's another thing with, especially like Megan. Again, I'm going to give her props because some days I am not in the mood to laugh. There have been days where I can't even tell you where things going on, you know, personally, crazy going on professionally. I was not in the mood to laugh about stuff. But you know what? I did, and I got in the mood. You guys, Megan, all of you folks. I mean, I appreciate you more than I can ever say. Emma, thanks for the 2. Show it already. John, thanks for the 2. 70. I love it. Elifa, thanks for the 2 there. Take my money, Jesus. Indeed. Lady Tammy, thanks for the 2 there for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Max Lab, thank you for the super chat there. Appreciate you, Max Lab, too. Hey, man, and we give props to Max Lab, by the way. Max Lab, make sure that if something comes up as far as documentation or something, Max Lab makes sure that people do see it. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate other people that don't want their names mentioned as well. I appreciate them, too. Max Lab doesn't mind me saying them, and very much. So give some love to Max Lab there. Give them some love for sure. Nancy, thanks for the 2 there. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Carolyn B, thank you for that gifted membership. Thank you. Appreciate that. Love the gifted memberships there. Janice came in with a 50 on that too. Thank you very much with that. I appreciate it. You know, there's not a statement again, all of you, but you are backing the channel. You're allowing fun employment. We're having fun. Thank you. For your ride. Thanks for the 2. I want to see early Lynette. You know, there's a lot of pictures with overall this time. There are pictures. There are articles. There were 2, I'm going to call them puff pieces written by someone that was reportedly their friend at the time. And I mean, you can see over time, you can put everything together. The timeline thing that's being put together is really interesting, though, to me. Mistrust Lou, thanks for the vibe. So it's JC, the Tiger King. Does it make LMNOP? The Beyond, Carol Baskin. The way they talk about Jeremy Hales, it reminds me of the way that the Tiger King would talk about Carol Baskin. You know what I mean? Jeremy Hales. I mean, it just the anger is like the just overwhelming anger and loathing. It wasn't a laugh track. There was hate. It was an obsessive hate. And that's what it reminds me of. Fair for all, thanks for the 5. Please send a picture of Lynette to Laura Owens. Ghost of Christmas Future. Oh no. I'll tell Megan, by the way, thanks for the 5. I'll tell her to check her email. I will note that. She does too. I appreciate it. Yeah. SF, thanks for the 2. Wow, the aging is credible in 4 to 5 years. Indeed. You know, alcohol is a rough. It's a rough master. It is. And it is your master. Alcoholism in that. You're serving a master. Anybody out there too, if you're going through that, you know, I want to make this clear. I'm not belittling you for the struggle or anything else. We're talking about one person in the horror. In fact, this should be a cautionary tale to anyone. You've heard what these people that live in his house say about him. They can't sue you over their statements because they make them. You know, it's like, well, yeah, the lady that lives with you is making those statements, you know? So, but if you look at that, remember, if you see any reflection of yourself at all in that, there is help out there. There is, you know, you can reach out. You can get free help too if you need it. So I really hope people do look at that as cautionary tales too. Kelly, thanks for the 2. Appreciate you, Kelly. Brett, thanks for the 5 there. It's not Tiger King, Tortoise King. Oh my God, that's right. I don't even know why I didn't go with that. It's the Tortoise King. That's true. It's very true. AKA the cat lady. Thanks for the 2. Tug's avatar needs a mullet. Oh man, I wonder if I could get it with a mullet. I wonder if Grok would make me one. I'm going to try that after the show. I'm going to see if I can get it to pull me a mullet with it. I think that would be amazing. Wendy, thanks for the 10 gifted memberships, by the way. I do have people that ask too, hey, can you direct a gifted membership to me? I don't have that control. If you are here, you comment a lot, you are more likely to get hit with gifted memberships. That's the way they work, you know, and they're random. I don't know when they'll come in. I appreciate them. Like I say, I love that they're added, but I have people say, hey, can you direct one to me? I can't. I don't have control over that at all. I wish I did, you know, for sure. John, thanks for the 5. Angel Tree, is that the organization that donates money to kids of prisoners? Officer Tatum donates to something like that. I'm not sure. It's not the group Angel Tree. When I say Angel Tree too, that's actually a good note to put in there. What we have is something that's like that. You know, it's essentially, have you ever gone to the mall and you see like a Christmas tree with like little angel cutouts? You flip them over. They have a kid noted there, and they have things that they want for Christmas. That's what I'm talking about. So it's essentially going, not with that group though. I think that's Like I said, I think that's a good correction because we're not going through a group with it. We're making sure that nothing, when we're doing this and making sure everything that you put there, whether it's a gift card or anything else, that ends up where it's supposed to go. But it was sad. One year, there was a little kid. All this little kid wanted was pineapple. The kid had apparently had a pineapple. No joke. The kid had a pineapple once. And they wanted a pineapple for Christmas. They just wanted to be able to eat pineapple. That broke my heart. I've never seen a little kid ask for something like that. That kid had a good Christmas too. They got their pineapple for sure. I was like, man, this kid deserves like a lifetime freaking supply of pineapples. But beyond that, I mean, you would find kids asking for things like socks. I need some new socks. Can I get those for Christmas? And it's just heartbreaking. So, you include that stuff. Of course, that's what they're asking for. But you include other things too. And if people have a problem, they put like a $60 thing. They'll look in there and like, wait a minute, this one probably costs over $60. Well, no. Those socks, they were somehow they didn't cost that anything. And yeah, you had a gift card or something, man. But it's so sad, man. It's good to do that. If you, in your own community, you find out where the need is, a lot of times churches will organize a lot of good deeds in the community. It doesn't have to be. Here's the thing, too. I think people get lost on. You don't have to think like other people to go in and to make sure that, if there's a good deed being done, that you back it. And a lot of, like in our communities, that's where typically the good deeds come from. They come from churches. So, again, look in your community. Remember meals. Right at Christmas, we have outreaches, like they have Meals on Wheels, but they have other things too, making sure everyone has food for the holiday. They have extra for the holiday. There are so many little things that a lot of us, we don't even think about. We take for granted. And that's good stuff. Anyway, Rach, thanks for the 5 there. Thank you to the person that gifted me a membership. Toast. Indeed. I love seeing those land. Angela, thanks for the 2 there. I love to hear you both laugh. Well, thank you. I laugh a lot with Megan on here for sure. I have a lot of fun. Fly on the Wall, thanks for the 5. And a super sticker there. Thank you very much. Fly on the Wall. I like it. Kim, thanks for the 5. She found this young mother online in one of her Facebook channels and talked the girl into giving the baby to her before the child was even born. Well, wait, what? Are you talking for this, or is this? I don't know. I don't know what that's specifically in reference to on that. We're gonna, again, we're looking through. I want to understand what really happened in Northport, and it's not to lay out an investigation into somebody. It's to look into these claims of, like, Jeremy Hales has directed all of this toward these people. Well, this happened 4 years prior. You have people making complaints to the police, noting that there are issues. Again, don't contact anyone associated with it. Don't contact any organizations. But I want to understand all of that. Hey, John, thanks for the 20 there, too. Been to traffic court. Accidentally brought my work knife. Was told to take it back to the car. Asked if they could hold it. They said some people opt to hide it outside the door. So that's what I did. That's interesting. I mean, I guess one place that people probably, hopefully, won't steal something is in the court. I won't say that they won't. I have seen that happen a couple of times. There was a case where this lady went up to the court and was stealing stuff off of one of their Christmas trees, which was, I was thinking, man, of all things, why would you go to the courthouse and steal off the Christmas tree there? But yeah, you would think stuff would be safer, like with that, for sure. That's interesting, though. Jeffrey, thanks for the 2. Bigger headline at byline when Bruce is disbarred. Man, if something like that did happen, whew, man. What's up, Veteran Nation, by the way? Thanks for the 2. I'm filing for summary judgment. Indeed. I'm filing for it right now against Gotcha's son. Thanks for the 2. I'm filing summary judgment against all these y'alls. Y'all again to enjoy. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. For real. Love to you, brother. Carolyn, thanks for the 2 there. Bubba ended up in court in Ohio where he lives. Yeah, people, that's the weird thing, too. Thinking that you haven't been added to litigation, therefore you can make claims about what you yourself had been involved. Like if there was an altercation or something, let's just say, the way you see it, you could talk about it, right? But you can't go out and make claims about this person being an arpist or other things because they make jokes about 2-inch pipe. You can't do that kind of stuff. You can, but it comes with a lot of exposure and potential consequences. So, Candace, thanks for the 5. BBB is thick as a brick, and the 2 fleas on BBB's crotch are too dumb to realize it. Also, pretty sure the DOJ is already looking at Levy County. I will be shocked if I actually see something happen there. If it happens, wow, that would be something. But we will see. Skipper, thanks for the 2. The Tuggies. I thought the Defamies is funny. Like the Grammys, the Defamies. I really think that's funny. But we'll go through. We need to think this idea out, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. Dan Davis, thanks for the 2. It's time for the no shows. So let's go. Indeed. The no awards. Carol and B, thanks for the 2. The law awards. It'd be like the law awards almost, right? If you did law awards, we could do like sections of awards in an award show. You know, some of them, again, you want some that are nice props. Like again, I'd like to give one for the most entertaining people, or you'd let people vote on that kind of stuff. But you also want some for a different kind of entertaining. Cynic and Chief, thanks for the 2. The Tuggy Awards needs to have online voting. It will. That's what we have to have. We're going to have online voting. We will. It needs to be you all voting. And it needs to have nothing to do, again, as hosts, we can host it, we can have our opinions, but we do not get a vote, you know. So I won't vote. I won't go in and pretend vote. Nothing like that. But I like the idea. You all decide who wins. George, thanks for the $2 super sticker there too. Thank you for that super sticker. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Mary, thanks for the 5. The 2025 Legal Vices Memorial Awards. I was thinking, you know, he definitely deserves an award just to, you know, put in there. Like, I would put something in to be, you know, like put him in the background or something. Just something to make that connection. Just something to think about. But yeah, I would definitely want him added in some way for sure. And George, also, thank you for another $3 super sticker. Thank you for that. And George, also, 2 in there. Love you too. Thank you. Hey, man. Love to all of you, man. Appreciate all of you so much. And George, also, an additional 2 as well. Like I said, thank you, George, man. Appreciate you. James, thanks for the 20. You can't use the slammies. Yeah, that was a good note, by the way. Thank you for noting that. I prefer not to get a cease and desist from the WWE about the slammies, so I do appreciate that. Excuse me, my cigar went out. Oh, man. Angela, thanks for the 5. Just imagine Lynette and John testifying in front of this magistrate. Oh, Lord. You know, you talk about controlling client, too. That's the other thing that's going to be interesting, isn't it? If they thought Jeremy was difficult to control, you saw Annette and you saw John. John started out for the first couple of minutes. He did okay. And then it fell apart. I was like, hey, he's doing, oh, never mind. I remember thinking that right off the bat. It's like, oh, well, he's answering questions. Again, you can go in. Is it adversarial? Yes, it is. Do you want to be there answering questions? No. Is it your litigation, though? That was the question with them. That was their litigation that they brought. So when they were being deposed, I mean, you always remember that. That's the other component. Oh, man. But Planet Leba, thanks for the 6 there. The no for worst YouTube lawyer goes to the lawyer. Indeed. I do wonder how that vote would go, because I think David Ginger's pretty bad. I think Bruce is pretty bad. But again, I don't get to say. That would be a fascinating one. Chud, thanks for the 5 there. The Joey Awards, the Kangaroo Court. That's actually funny. Next year on Breaking Breadsticks. Breaking Breadsticks. Oh my God. That'd be hilarious. I would love to see Breaking Bad, but with breadsticks. That would actually be quite hilarious. We cook them up just right here. Oh, I don't know. That just struck me as funny. Came at Red Queen. Thanks for the 5. The Bucket Nose Awards. I like the little blue bucket, by the way. Let me pull that picture back up real fast. Let me see. It's right here. See, I like the idea. Again, this is not what I would go with. The words do not count because obviously they're wrong. But I do like the, again, the defamies or whatever, And this would not be the bucket, but I like the idea. And, something like that. Or let's see, where's that other one? Something like a real trophy, though. Combining the bucket into a real trophy. Turning a trophy into a blue bucket. And again, not the slammies, because that is copyrighted, obviously. So we would not go with that, but we could have a good time. This Gamer Jackie, thanks for that. I thought the Scammies Blue Bucket Award was funny too. I do like that as well. The Scammies. Oh, gross slug. That sounds awful. Thanks for the 2. The Tuggy Buckets. Gross. That sounds so gross in some way. This was starred by Megan. Best unintentional comedy performance by a lawyer. I'm going to screenshot that right now, by the way, so I have it. I'm going to save that. Just give me a second. I'm saving that for me. It'll be in my my file of stuff. I'll see it when I roll through there. I think it's funny. Carolyn B, thanks for the 5 there. Judge knows how he works now before the actual trial. A new lawyer in there. He shows his hands. Indeed. Don't argue with the judge. Don't ever argue with the judge. How hard is that to understand? I mean, honestly, if you were there and you were facing real consequences, would you sit around and argue with the judge? I wouldn't. Terry, thanks for the 2. The Blue Bucket No-Nos Awards. Indeed. The Blue Bucket No-Nos. Lisa, thanks for the 2. The Flocking Blue Bucket Awards. We gotta work flocking in there somehow. Art by Buddy. Thanks for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for your membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Jesse, thanks for the 5 there. The Dookie Awards. Oh no. Catchphrase. What kind of shit has happened this year? Yuck. This is funny though. That is funny. Randall, thanks for the Sharky Awards. Yes, tugged underwater, baby. Getting tugged underwater. Hey, who's live tonight, by the way? Chat, who is live right now? Is there anybody? I was talking about redirection. So let me see who's live real quick for you guys. Is Shizzy live again? Yes, Shizzy actually is live. It's with Yamaha too. So I'm going to set this real quick as well. Just give me a second. There's more super chats, but just give me a minute. I'm going to set the redirect when I'm trying to be better about this. I do appreciate people that noted that yesterday because I've been not good about redirection. And we should redirect. So just give me a second and I'm going to add Shizzy in. It's my redirect channel today too. There we go. All right. I added Shizzy for the redirect. Again, when I end, we'll redirect over there. He's live with Yamaha. The Sharky Awards. I like that though. Mount, thanks for the 5 there. Jen had a great idea. One award should be in memory of Legal Vices. Legal Vices, best lawyers are similar. Yeah, it's something that again commemorates the man. We will talk about how to do that, and to do it tactfully. The whole thing, I want to do it tactfully. That's one reason, show-wise, I'd like to have a bunch of people come on and just talk about Legal Vices and, his friends, discuss everything. And just tell some good stories, have fun there. But I don't want it to be, I want it to be something good. It's not content. I want somebody to just be able to go out and to talk about this man, everything. I'm hoping that maybe we can find access to his StreamYards. Maybe if he could, I don't know, somebody like maybe his son could host something. I don't know. Again, just ideas, but that would be cathartic, I think. Elizabeth, thanks for the 10 there. The judge issued an RO and BBB emailed a picture of an exhibit from today's depot. Does that mean BBB is in trouble? No, not necessarily. I mean, if they're his documents, he could share them. I'm not, it really depend on what was in there. Because, okay, as far as the information that would be portion of it, I'm not sure. Because if he's not supposed to be sharing information pertaining to the depot, I guess it's how it's written. The damages and stuff, how to damage. If it comes out that any of that stuff is being, that is a big problem. If somebody finds proof that stuff is being showcased, archive it, because yeah, that's going to be a real problem. But as far as screenshot, I guess it depends on what's with the document, what's being shown, and how everything would be written up. I'm not sure. I would have to defer to a lawyer on that. You would think that you wouldn't want to do that, period. If the judge is like, if he's saying there's information in this document that needs to be protected, and that document makes its way out into public from that person, that's a problem. Screenshots, that could be a problem. I don't know. I'll have to follow up. I'll have to see about exactly what's going on with that, though. Deborah, thanks for the 10. You need a Legal Vices not so safe harbor award. That would be funny, actually, with a whiskey glass and a cigar. That would be funny. Not so safe harbor. That would be good, actually. I like that idea. Cynthia, thanks for the hey guy. Hey there, how you doing? By the way, appreciate you there. Cynic and Cheap, thanks for the imagine Emily D. Baker getting a hold of the case. I know. It's an insane one there. I wonder sometimes, some lawyers may be turned off by the idea that there's so many threats that have been issued to. Like some people just don't want to be bothered with that, but I don't think an Emily D. Baker would be somebody that would be bagged down by that. She has a huge channel. Props to her, by the way. I've always had good experiences with Emily D. Baker. Especially, I would say this too, like behind the scenes, anytime I've had a problem, she would be somebody I could definitely reach out to if I needed to. I like this. Mama Bear says, what about the Oscars? the Oscars. That's actually really funny too. I like it. That's good. Mike Wolf, thanks for the 5. I'm honestly surprised Bruce hasn't been jailed yet for contempt of court. When a judge is like, yo, I might put you all in jail if, you shouldn't push those buttons for sure. You shouldn't test them. So if he really legitimately is going out and testing the judge, he should know better. You should just know better. My God. Monica, thanks for the 2. Question, did the judge put a gag order on the case? No. As far as the case itself, no. No. They were talking about the... You're talking about the information. It would be private, confidential information about money that's being made, about inside baseball into Jeremy's business. That's what they were talking about. You know, Jeremy has been open about the case and pretty much all facets of it too. He hasn't tried to go in, and his lawyer hasn't tried to go in and silence anything regarding that. We would have seen an order, or I'm sorry, a motion rather, where they would try to do that. The one thing that they're asking for is for that specific information to be safeguarded. Customer information. You know, again, you don't want your information out there. You don't want business contracts out. And that's what Jeremy was worried about. And the judge is saying, essentially, if this stuff comes out, Bruce, man, I know you listen to everything too. And I'll say this. It seems like a lot of sharing has gone on there. Like we had information coming out about Jeremy's depot, random, quote unquote, anonymous accounts posting things that were really spot on. They were just kind of warped through a viewing lens. You know, I wouldn't necessarily agree with how that went. They were coming up almost right away out of that. And I kept thinking, that's really weird considering what that's telling me, or at least what it looks like here, is that there's some behind the scenes communication going on. Talking about everything right off the bat. Now, you can typically communicate about certain documentation. If it's theirs, it's theirs. But if a judge tells you not to, ooh, you better stick with that. Vanessa, thanks for the 5. Tug, DW in chat said he sent you an email yesterday about the case, checking if you got it. Could you resend it just in case? Could you just do that? I may have gotten it again. For the last few days, I haven't returned it. I'll get to everything, trying to answer people and stuff this weekend. Just with everything that's going on, I'll say I've actually slept a lot. You know, I don't sleep a lot normally, and I have. And I don't feel like, again, I'm not saying, oh man, you know, woe is me. I'm just saying everything hit me like a brick for a little while. I slept. I haven't been very good for much of anything. So I think I'm coming out the other side tomorrow. I've got stuff I have to do. I've got a doctor's appointment, and I've got some stuff I have to do on the day as well. So I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow, but that day, that'll get me back into a flow too. So Zilla is realm. Thanks for the 2. There's Salvation Army runs Angel. Oh no. See, I wouldn't want to do specific with anything with I don't like these major organizations because they seem to, you've seen the overhead with some of them. Again, I'm not going to get on here and slam any organization specifically, but what I would say is any major organization out there that takes up money, a lot of times you have a lot of that money coming out. So I try to do good in my community. I try to make sure if I give $10 to someone in my community for help, I try to make sure the whole $10 goes. You know what I mean? Or 100 or whatever that number is. I try to make sure that goes directly to there. So any company running it, yeah, I mean, that's good. Like I said, that's a good note. When I said Angel Tree, again, that's more of a, it's just, hey, you know what these are. That's kind of how that runs. But again, thank you for noting that. Dan Davis, thanks for the 5 there. Jen, new member. The My Bucket Died award. My bucket died. My bucket didn't die. It's funny. I don't care who you are. I think that's funny. Yeah, my bucket died. My bucket didn't die. The Turtlewood, thanks for the 23 months there. Smack that like button, Pickle Peeps. I know, man. Smash that like button. Get that info out there. Oh, have a good one with it. Willie Billy, thanks for the $2 super sticker. Thank you very much on that. Appreciate it. SF, thanks for the 2. Name the Lawyer of the Year award. Legal Vices. Yes, indeed. I want to give Legal Vices his own thing. Just by itself. You know, again, we want to remember our friend. And we want to remember them in a way like everybody wants to. So, yeah, for sure. Richard, thanks for the 10 there. Megan, I sent you an email. Please read. I think there's a potential case going forward. RIP to the law racks. It's like losing your favorite uncle. Yeah, indeed. There. I'll tell Megan to check her stuff out again. For sure. Thank you too, Richard. BK, thanks for the 5 there. I wonder if the magistrate can babysit Deuce foreskin via Zoom to help with cutting expenses for Jeremy. And maybe. It is interesting, isn't it? You know, Tug Shishi joined us instead. Did he? No. Did he really? I put him as the redirect. Has he ended? Let me check. Did he really end? He did. Is anybody else live right now? Let's look. Let me see if I can say that. Is anyone else live? Like, note somebody that's live that's covering this, or you know, has something to talk about with Jeff or something. If you see a channel, please let me know. Because my YouTube is not showing me anyone else that is live off of that. I'm not seeing a lot of live in there, you know. Roy, thanks for the 2. And the golden turd goes to LOL, indeed. The main award, or whatever we would call it there. And OB, thanks for the 10 there. Tug, hanging there. Thanks for everything. Well, thank you, my friend. I definitely will. Appreciate y'all. So let me look, see. Is there anybody noticing anyone live that we should redirect to? I'll give it just a minute just to see. Is Runkle live? Good logic. Okay, good logic. Let's see what he's doing. Let me check. I haven't redirected to good logic in a long time. Good logic live. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Here's good logic. Sorry, it's taking me a minute, I know. It's a bunch of randoms. I was wanting something like, I was looking for a show that, Runkle, I'm looking for something that's not like political or anything in nature. I'm just wanting something that that's fun. I want you all to have fun. Yeah, let's go to Ian today. And then let's go to Ian Runkle tonight. And then next time we'll go to Good Logic or somebody. I found him first. I didn't look. When I said political or something, you know, I want fun stuff. And I'm not saying that's what's being covered there. I didn't even look. I'm just saying I want a specific thing. I want to redirect it to something where you have a good time. I don't want. I think Runkle would be a lot of fun. So I'm linking Runkle tonight. I'm setting him up right now, and let me make sure that's good, and then we'll be done. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's He's good to go on it. All right. So I'm going to end here. I appreciate you folks. It's been a good show. I had fun. It's we've still got a lot to cover. I know we needed to finish that motion. We will either finish it Saturday. If I'm around tomorrow, we'll finish tomorrow, but I don't know. Okay. I don't know that we'll be around. I will have a video again tomorrow, 12:15 p.m. Central Time. That's right in smack dab in the middle of the day. Please try to catch it. It's just a 9-minute plus video. Check it out. Play it, share it, all that good stuff. But yes, I'm going to redirect you to Ian Runkle, and yeah, tell them it's Tug Raid. Have fun. All right. Thank you, folks.